We are live. Prabhaji, you're muted, please. Please unmute.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Uvachayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam. Jai Jinendra Sabiko. So today we will start with our Krambaddha Paryay, where we left off last week. Do we do same? You wanted to do summary, Hemal?
Yes,
first?
I can start with summary and we will start our KBP reading at page 44. But
Okay.
First I'll do summary for pages 39 to 43.
Very good. Thank you.
So the summary starts with the desire to alter the Paryay is Kartavad, principle of doing, and Agyan, and it arises from Mithya Buddhi. This Kartavadi Agnan is strongly rejected by Karta Karma Adhikar and Sarva Vishuddha Gyan Adhikar. Jain essence is of Akartavad, and this is not limited to denial of presence of a God who is the doer. The meaning of Kartavad, Akartavad, extends to no dravya creating, destroying, or maintaining another dravya. Neither can it make alterations in its own karma nishchit paryay. Dravya is karta of its own paryay only. That's the bottom line. The result of belief in this principle is that the drishti turns swabhav sanmukh. If this does not happen, know that the shraddha is not true. Since swabhav sanmukh paryay and samyak darshan paryay occur in the same samay. So both the paryays of going swabhav sanmukh and becoming samyak drishti happen at the same time. So if your shraddha is not right, even you cannot become samyak drishti either. So this is how important it is to do the nirnay of Krambaddha Paryay and to have the right belief in this principle. Many people think that Krambaddha Paryay has the fault of having only a single focus. That would be the case if one only focused on one of the 5 samvay and ignored the rest. But KBP relies on all 5 samvay simultaneously. This is seen in Jinendra Siddhanta Koshkar, which states that that karya or paryay which occurs due to that cause in that dravya, in that space, at that time, it will happen in that dravya, by that nimit, in that space, and at that time. So by this, you can see that all 5 samvay are included when they're talking of an event happening. With such dravya kshetra kal bhavrup quad, aggregate fixed karya vyavastha is niyati. From point of view of fixed karma uday roop nimit, it is daiva. From point of view of fixed time, it is kal labdhi. From fixed yogya bhav or modification that's going to appear, it is bhavitavya. Now, Kanjiv Swami called this sequence of modifications appearing in their own time units as Krambaddha Paryay. So I'm thinking, Prabhaji, I have a clarification. Is he the one who coined the term? No. He didn't coin the term. Means the principle was already there in Agam. If the principle is called Krambaddha Paryay in Agam also?
Let me confirm that. I think so. People just never understood it or paid attention to it.
Right.
And just wondered about things, and Kanji Swami explained it properly and brought it to light.
Right.
But confirm which agam or where it is. I'll
Right.
confirm
Because
it.
in this book, they specifically have this sentence that Kanji Swami called a sequence of modifications appearing in their own time as Krambaddha Paryay. But I'm not 100%, so I'm just leaving it out there.
Yeah, I do know that, that instance when comes Bharilji, people started asking him if everything is fixed and all that. And some lady came up and said, oh, this is Kanji Swami's Krambaddha Paryay. But whether it means that he created this term,
No.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I see.
Let me confirm. Yes.
Right, because, if you look at all the examples of all the agams, none of them uses the word Krambaddha Paryay. They
There is
all
a
describe
possibility.
that process of Krambaddha Paryay, which is why I had this doubt.
Yeah,
that came to my
it's
mind.
possible, but I want to confirm if that's the case.
Sure.
Okay.
Continuing, Jagat ki sari vyavastha is run by the 5 samvai. Hence, including all 5 samvai in Jagat ki vyavastha is samyak. So here they are explaining why Krambaddha Paryay ka nirnay is happening at the same time as Samyak Drishti. Now, action-driven and passionate individuals will find this to be impermanent. So people who are ragi, they are going to say this is not, this is all impermanent. There is no definitive in this. While an individual who is in a state of no thoughts, who's just an observer, this entire arrangement will appear fixed. Now, including all 5 samvai makes this vyavastha, oh sorry, I'm rereading. Individual with anikant buddhi will take heed and become virakta of external activity, while, and turn into gyata drishti bhav. So he will turn inwards basically. And this is explained in Acharya Siddha Sen's Sanmati Sutra as well as Acharya Ravi Sen's Padma Puran. Prabhaji, I have a question here. Why does the ragi person think this is impermanent?
Because the ragi person wants to be in control of everything. He wants to do. So that's why he thinks that it's not possible that it can be fixed.
Oh, so that's why he thinks Jagat ki vyavastha is impermanent.
Yes.
Because he wants to control and do paper.
Ragi person has so many contemplations na ki bhai abhi jo hua hi nahi hai wo kaise fix ho sakta hai. I mean, people want to be in control of doing something. They want to get the what do you call that, reward or jo bolte hai na ki bhai you did it, that goes away once everything is fixed.
Right.
And rag ego se hota hai, and your ego is not there if you're not given the pride or what do you call that, glory of you,
recognition.
खाना आपने अच्छा बनाया. That goes away. जो होना था सो हो गया.
Right. So that's the reason.
Yeah.
They are not happy with this whole philosophy.
Yes.
Got it. Now there is a doubt that has been raised. If everything is predetermined, there is no room for effort or purshat. Now the samadhan for that, they say, is truth is that having faith in Krambaddha Paryay results in dissipation of false pride with continuous purshat for one's gyayak swabhav. When drishti becomes Sar Sanmukh, all 5 exist simultaneously on one time unit or samay. In this arrangement, the sequence is not broken, and purshat and ashray of gyayak swabhav results in increasingly pure states of samyak darshan, samyak gnan, and samyak charitra. Now, if drashti does not become Sar Sanmukh, then nirnay has not been true. Another doubt that they raise is that Krambaddha Paryay principle appears to be one-sided. And the samadhan for that is that Krambaddha Paryay is Samyak Ekant. And if you do deep thinking, you will come to that conclusion too. Now, they have further explained that both Ekant and Anekant are each Samyak and Mithya. Meaning there is Ekant, Samyak Ekant and Mithya Ekant, and Samyak Anekant and Mithya Anekant. Now, Ekant, Mithya Ekant is due to Nirpeksha, Nay, and Samyak Ekant is due to Sapeksha, Nay. निरपेक्ष नयों का समूह is प्रमाण आभास, मिथ्या एकांत, अनेकांत, sorry. मिथ्या अनेकांत. So, निरपेक्ष नयों का समूह वो प्रमाण आभास रहता है और उसका नाम मिथ्या अनेकांत है. एंड सापेक्ष नयों का समूह इस श्रुत praman samyak anikant. So basically what they are saying is when you have ekant, it is nay. So with respect to one thing. When you have praman, it is with respect to multiple nays that become a group. So just as ekant can be samyak or mithya, even the samuha of praman can either be mithya or anikant. So it has both, all those categories. It's a little bit confusing. Might help if you just read it on your own also. Jin darshan mein anekant hai. It is one-sided view to think of it only as anekantwadi. So if you think Jain darshan is only anekantwadi, then now you are gone into ekantwad. So it is, so what that cannot exist because Jain darshan cannot exist in that nature. It would become false otherwise. So what they say is that it is ekantvad from some point of view, and from other point of view, it is anekantvad, vadi. And this thing that sometimes is ekantvadi and sometimes is anekantvadi is what is meant by anekant mein anekant. The last thing that I have to say is praman and nay are the reason for anekant in anekantvadi, with vastu being anekant swarup. So from sarvanchagrahi praman point of view and being ekant swarup from anchagrahi naya point of view. If we continue reading beyond page 44 today, they have given examples and explained that more.
Yeah. So these are they sound confusing, but they're very important to understand. Ki ekant kya hai, samyak ekant. See, there are certain things, there's not going to be viewpoints. Atma hai. That's it. There is no like if and but about it. Okay, with this pure point, Atma exists. With this viewpoint, it doesn't. There is no such things. So that's called Samyak Ekant, right? And then there are other facts that with this viewpoint, it is like this. With this other viewpoint, it is like this. Okay, जैसे कि समय सार में आएगा कि राग आत्मा में नहीं है. So now that, why will you believe? राग कहाँ से पैदा होता है? Obviously, राग is not in Pudgal. है तो आत्मा का ही. But with what viewpoint? With the Dravya viewpoint. With the pure soul viewpoint, Rag is not part of Atma. Because it's a Vibhav. So there, you have to apply Anekant. कि Rag Atma ka hai bhi or nahi bhi. And then you have to explain why yes and why no. That is called Anekant.
The way you would explain it is from Dravya Drishti.
Right.
That you would say it
if
is
you
not.
Don't apply Dravya Drashti, and I mean, then you say ki, oh, Rag to Atma mein hai nahi. That will be a false statement. But if you explained, either you explain, or if you don't have time to explain, you say Kathanchit. Kathanchit with means with some respect of or with some viewpoint, Rag is not part of Atma. And then your statement is correct. So Kathanchit is a very strong, very powerful word to use. Suppose if I ask you, कि ये रूपल सुंदर है कि नहीं है? What would you say? One person says है, दूसरा कहेगा नहीं है. But if they both said Kathanchit है, Kathanchit नहीं है. With respect to her husband, she's very beautiful. But with respect to some enemy, she may be ugly. But if you said कि Kathanchit है, Kathanchit नहीं है, then your statement is correct. So you understand where I'm getting at? How this talking accurately, understanding this Kathanchit, Anekantvad, why is it so important? Because if you don't understand this, you would understand the Granths wrongly. And that is how this whole concept of like different religions or even within Jainism, some sects don't allow Shravaks to read Agams. Why? Because they think that people don't understand Nay, they don't understand Ekant, Anekant, all these things. And if they read Agam, they will totally misunderstand them. So, so then the Gambars, they realize that rather than not reading Agam, read Agam and understand how to read them. So you can get first-hand information, yet not wrong, not misunderstand, right? So, okay. So this Ekant and Ekant is important to understand. So we'll continue reading now.
Prabhaji, can I ask you a meaning that I didn't find? It is Sarvanshgrahi means what?
Sarvansh, not Sarvansh. Can you see if there's an Amatra?
Sarvansh. It is Sarvansh.
Means complete, all Ansh. Sarva means all, Ansh means parts. All parts means complete.
Ma'am, I want to ask a question, if I may. Page number 38, second paragraph, first sentence. Dravya yadi trikal sat hai, to paryay bhi swakal ki sat hai. Now I understand Dravya means Atma, which is trikal, right? Past, present, future.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to paryay, they have used the term swakal. If I am not mistaken, swakal means at the moment. So why isn't paryay?
So basically what they are saying is that dravya to always exists. Exactly. Paryay, the same paryay doesn't always exist. But paryay per se will always exist. Some paryay will always exist.
That means paryay is not trikal. It is always swakal.
The same paryay cannot be trikal. See, this paryay of my finger, right?
Right.
There's so many paryays happen. Now, each paryay in its fraction of second is the sat, is the truth. But it cannot be trikal truth, because it was truth here, then it was truth here, it was truth here, it was truth here. There are 4 truths here.
Right.
Understand? So in its time, like in this second, this paryay was the truth. This second, this paryay was the truth. This second, this paryay was the truth. So in its own time, that paryay is the truth. Because paryay will always exist. That's what they're trying to say.
Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So अब हम page 44 से पढ़ते हैं. So you want to start, Hemalji? Let's and let's speed up a little bit. हमने यार बहुत बड़ी. Yeah, it's very interesting, very important topic, and I'm so glad you guys are doing such wonderful summaries. Make sure you save these summaries, because there's a group that is trying to make a website of a lot of articles in English. And we hope some of your articles can be spruced up and put in there, because they're that's an English website. So at least the English summaries, we can try to ask them to put it somewhere. Okay.
So I just remind people, so please send your summaries to Dolly Ji, so that we can keep moving forwards with our compilation for Krambaddha Paryay summaries. I know some of us have already done it, and this is for everybody who are.
Now for the Google Drive, I want one controlling person, because Google Drive, my overwriting is very easy. I don't want any problems with that. So who is
Seema Ji is in charge.
Okay. So she has to give Dolly Ji permission she has to create a doc, give Dolly Ji permission to put all the summaries in it.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay. No problem.
So I'm going to start with the second paragraph, because we did read the first paragraph.
Okay.
So kaha bhi hai, and then there is the whole poem verse. Jo vastu anekant roop hai, wahi sapeksh drishti se ekant roop bhi hai. शुद्ध ज्ञान की अपेक्षा अनेकांत रूप है और नयों की अपेक्षा एकांत रूप है. बिना अपेक्षा के वस्तु का रूप नहीं देखा जा सकता. Prabhaji, just clarification. Sapeksha means what again?
With apeksha.
Oh, with apeksha, right. And
once you tell the viewpoint, the reasoning why it is there, then everything makes sense.
Right. अनेकांत में अनेकांत की सिद्धि करते हुए आचार्य अकलंक देव लिखते हैं, यदि अनेकांत को अनेकांत ही माना जाए और एकांत का सर्वथा लोप किया जाए तो सम्यक एकांत के अभाव में, शास्त्र आदि के अभाव में, शाखादि के अभाव में वृक्ष के अभाव की तरह तत्समुदाय रूप अनेकांत का भी अभाव हो जाएगा। अतः यदि एकांत ही स्वीकार कर लिया जावे तो फिर अविनाभावी इतर धर्मों का लोप होने पर प्रकृत शेष का भी लोप होने से सर्वलोप का प्रसंग प्राप्त होगा। I didn't understand this whole paragraph. It will be a placeholder if you want me to continue. Samyak ekant,
next 2-3 lines and then we'll explain.
Yeah. सम्यक एकांत नय है और सम्यक अनेकांत प्रमाण है। इस दृष्टि से विचार करने पर कर्मबद्ध पर्याय सम्यक नियतिवाद अर्थात सम्यक एकांत है, जो कि सम्यक अनेकांत की विरोधी नहीं अपितु पूरक है।
Okay, it's just too many terms, but okay. तो क्या बोल रहे हैं? यदि एकांत को अनेकांत ही माना जाए और एकांत का, सपोज इफ यू से कि भाई अनेकांत is all we know, there's no such thing as ekant, that will not work because there will be सम्यक एकांत के अभाव में, शाखादि के अभाव में, वृक्ष के अभाव की तरह तत्समुदाय एकांत का भी अभाव हो जाएगा। तो
oh, so if the branches are not there, then the tree cannot exist. So if ekant is not there, if we do ekant ka abhav, then even anekant will go away.
Exactly. So let's say atma hai. Atma does not need any apeksha. It's nirpeksh. It just exists. You don't need to have a reason for it to exist. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You remove that ekant, then what happens? There is no anekant. So they're saying that the mool can be ekant. So there will be times when there is samyak ekant. Now, then they talk about अतः यदि एकांत ही स्वीकार कर लिया जाए तो फिर अविनाभावी means one without the other, इतर धर्मों का लोप होने पर प्रकृत शेष का भी लोप होने से सर्वलोप का प्रसंग प्राप्त होगा।
What
तो
does
if it is only एकांत, लोप means non-existence. What do you call that? Elope word होता है ना इंग्लिश में।
इलोप तो भाग जाने का होता है।
भाग जाना means खत्म, like that's sort of that meaning. लोप होना मतलब गायब होना basically. Yeah.
Prabhaji, in that first paragraph, what you just said, like Atma, like that is just Samyak Ekant, the existence of Atma itself. But, but in the top paragraph, that first one, it just say that it's always Sapekshna is Samyak Ekant. But then if you want it to be Sapekshna, then how that can explained? Like that means you have to have a reference if it is Sapekshna.
एकांत भी दो प्रकार का होता है, एकांत दो प्रकार का, सम्यक एकांत और मिथ्या एकांत। सम्यक एकांत और मिथ्या एकांत निरपेक्ष नए मिथ्या एकांत है और सापेक्ष नए सम्यक एकांत है।
That is right. And we said सम्यक सापेक्ष means with अपेक्षा।
समूह अर्थात श्रुत प्रमाण सम्यक एकांत है। No, they are saying that's not what it means here. What they're saying is कि सापेक्ष, so for example, so सापेक्ष एकांत is ऐसा ही है. Okay. Let's keep reading. There will be, hopefully he has given some examples.
Some examples.
So basically it's just saying that even though it may be multifaceted, there is always from some point of view single facetedness. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. So certain things, see, there is a he or bhi aata hai, right? It is like that, or it can be like that, or it is also like that. Also jab aata hai, then you have to give it a reason how it is. He means it's always like that.
So Prabhaji, can you explain that sentence with the Abhinavi word, what itar dharma ka lop एकांत ही स्वीकार.
Basically they are saying यदि एकांत ही स्वीकार कर लिए जाए, suppose we only accept ekant, that means things are only like this, that's if we do that, then the other dharma का लोप हो जाएगा, because then there is no, for example, Bodh dharma says everything is temporary, right? And let's say in Hinduism there's two things, Sankhya and one more, whatever. So Sankhya basically says there's only Atma, and there's another word I'm forgetting, whatever, and they say there is two. One says only there's one, the other style accepts two. So if you insist on one, then the other dharma will be gone.
Ma'am, what
Because
is the
there's
meaning
explanation
of
for it?
Avina Bhavi? What is the meaning of Avina?
Avina Bhavi means they both have to exist.
Okay.
But
together.
you just said it is one
That
without
means
other.
Atma or gun ka avina bhavi sambandh hai. One cannot be without the other. Dravya or gun ka. The dravya hai to gun honge hi honge.
So one with the other, not one without the other.
Yes, with the other. They both have to exist.
So ekant and anekant have to both exist. And
Yes.
if you say that only one exists, then you're automatically saying the other one does not exist.
Mhm.
And that's a wrong statement.
Yes.
That's what he's trying to get at, correct?
Then everything will be gayab. There will be no
Right.
existence of anything.
Correct.
But I think in that paragraph also it's saying, right, that if you think of sapeksh, right, sapeksh ekant, it is all sapeksh nay, right, with all the nays with reference to something, they'll say ekant. But the collection of all of those singular referenced nays, right, with one reference, let's say with this reference, then with this reference, then with this reference, that they are saying is anekantvad. That is the multifaceted view.
So ekant
That
is
is-
generally ekant is if I don't give a reference.
Right.
Now I understand
sapeksh.
it says sapeksh ekant, but let's understand
No,
this.
it is exactly what Nipa said, because I've read further, so it will help to keep reading.
Sure, let's
Okay.
keep reading. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So now
What does this mean? Prakrut shesh ka bhi lop hone se. What is prakrut shesh? Itar dharmon ka lop hone par prakrut shesh. Oh, the rest.
the rest
का
will
भी
also
लोप हो
be gayab,
जाएगा.
right? If you say कि एकांत ही है या दोनों में से एक को choose करोगे, तो everything will be gone.
हाँ.
That's what they're saying.
And how does
And
that
I'm assuming
result?
prakrut, I cannot be sure, but could be just natural. The rest of it will be naturally non-existent. That's
Right.
what they're saying.
And what is how does that result in sarvalop ka prasang prapt hoga, means everything is gone?
Yes, you cannot explain anything, sort of, basically. That's what you're saying. And these are, see, these kind of sentences will come in these books where they're trying to use the philosophy, like, you know, how in geometry, algebra, how we used to prove
Yeah.
things, you
That's
know,
Yeah.
proofs.
that's the language they're using.
Yeah.
If you think this, then you will have to assume that nothing
Right.
exists, and those kind of, they're trying to basically get to a proof here.
Right. This is a very intelligent person to write such type of proofs, is all
This
I
is
can
called
say.
Nyaya ki bhasha.
Oh.
Nyaya mein, that is tark, means they give you proofs, they will give you examples, they will prove it to you. And somehow they'll make you come to conclusion.
To that conclusion, correct.
Right.
I'll
Right.
keep reading. इस बात की यदि और अधिक स्पष्ट करे तो बात कुछ इस प्रकार होगी. सम्यक एकांत अर्थात शुद्ध प्रमाण की दृष्टि से विचार करे तो कार्य की सिद्धि अनेक कारणों से अर्थात पंच समवायों से होती है, किंतु सम्यक एकांत अर्थात नय की अपेक्षा से जिस समवाय की अपेक्षा कतन हो उससे कार्य हुआ कहा जाता है. अन्य समवाय उसमें गौण रहते हैं, उनका अभाव अपेक्षित नहीं होता. इस दृष्टि से विचार करने पर यद्यपि प्रत्येक कार्य श्रुत प्रमाण की अपेक्षा पंच समवायों से ही होता है, तथापि नय की अपेक्षा जिस समवाय को मुख्य करके कथन किया जाता है उससे कार्य सिद्धि हुई, वह कथन सम्यक एकांत होता है, मिथ्या एकांत नहीं, क्योंकि उसमें अन्य समवाय गौण होते हैं, उनका अभाव नहीं होता। प्रस्तुत प्रसंग में काल की अपेक्षा कथन करने पर प्रत्येक कार्य स्व काल में ही होता है, यह कहना सम्यक एकांत होगा, मिथ्या एकांत नहीं, क्योंकि इस कथन में पुरुषार्थ आदि अन्य समवाय गौण हुए हैं, उनका अभाव अभिष्ट नहीं है। इस प्रकार क्रमबद्ध पर्याय को सम्यक एकांत भी कहा जा सकता है, जो कि सम्यक अनेकांत का पूरक है, विरोधी नहीं। एक कारण यह भी है कि सम्यक एकांत और मिथ्या एकांत का भेद न जानने वालों को क्रमबद्ध पर्याय की बात एकांत सी लगती है। उक्त संदर्भ में मैं एक महत्वपूर्ण तथ्य की ओर आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहता हूं कि क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में आपको काल संबंधी एकांत ही क्यों लगता है, नजर आता है, क्षेत्र संबंधी क्यों नहीं, भाव संबंधी क्यों नहीं, निमित्त संबंधी क्यों नहीं, जबकि क्रमबद्ध पर्याय के स्पष्टीकरण में स्पष्ट रूप से कहा गया है कि जिस द्रव्य की जो पर्याय जिस क्षेत्र में, जिस काल में, जिस विधान व जिस निमित्त से जैसी होनी होगी, उस द्रव्य की वह पर्याय उसी क्षेत्र में, उसी काल में, उसी विधान से व उसी निमित्त से वैसी ही होगी।
ओके, सो देखो यहाँ पर आई थिंक आई हैव गिवन यू दिस एग्जांपल बिफोर। अगर मैं कहूं कि हाथी का पैर, हाथी, लेट्स से इफ आई से हाथी पैर की अपेक्षा खंबे जैसा है, दैट इज सम्यक एकांत। I am saying, what is ekant? I am saying hathi is like a pillar. So if I just make a statement, hathi is like a pillar, what would that be?
Ekant.
What kind of ekant?
मिथ्या।
Yeah, obviously hathi is not like a pillar. But if I explained कि पैर की अपेक्षा hathi is like a pillar, then it becomes samyak ekant.
Samyak ekant.
So, and then also anekant, because हाथी पूरे में तो और भी पार्ट्स है, बट मैं पैर की मुख्यता करके बोल रही हूं. That doesn't mean anything else doesn't exist. Same way, हम अगर बोले कि ये बच्चा पास नहीं हुआ क्योंकि उसने पढ़ाई नहीं करी. And that is what is going to happen, right? In routine life, we are going to talk with mukhyata of one samvay. But if we talk with mukhyata of one samvay and we know all the other 5 samvay exist, then it's samyak ekant. But if we don't even know all the other 5 samvay, which is what normally happens, normally क्या होता है? हम क्यों निमित्त को ही दोष देते हैं? Because 4 बाकी समवायों को गौण कर देते हैं. तूने मेरा काम बिगाड़ दिया. अरे भाई, उस काम का टाइम भी नहीं आया था, उस काम का स्वभाव जुड़ा हुआ था, उस काम का होनहार ऐसा ही था. So you see how this
so then that is mithya
samvak. Yeah.
So whenever you don't include the other 4 samvais in it, it's always mithya.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But
it's okay to know the all 5 and talk about only one is
one. Yeah.
And even then that will be samyak, because you know about the 5.
You know the others. See, the truth is complete only when you know it all. You can talk about one, but you must know it all.
And I think it's more, it's not even we have to accept it, right? Otherwise,
so for example, what happens in general लौकिक में क्या होता है? सब लोग पॉलिटिक्स की बातें करेंगे, ओके, किसी को पता कुछ नहीं है कंप्लीट ट्रूथ, अपना अपना व्यू पॉइंट लेके बात करेंगे. नाउ you can know the whole viewpoint, whole story, and then say कि in my viewpoint this is what has happened, then it's okay. But if you say कि नहीं ऐसा ही होता है, as if you are the authority, you know it all, and in reality you really don't know it all, which is what generally happens in the world. सारे झगड़े ही दुनिया के किस बात के? उसी बात के. हर कोई अपनी पॉइंट को ही,
Point of view.
एक ही चीज को देखता है. He doesn't see the everything else.
Ma'am, can we say ekant is a part of anekant?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So why is it in the first statement that you made about the hathi that it was considered to be mithya?
Because if I say the whole hathi is like a pillar, without saying with reference to his legs,
then it is mithya.
that is mithya.
Because
Yes.
that is not true. With
Yeah.
Hathi, we can tell it is not true.
And that is what we do in all arguments.
Yeah, but
What do we say? अरे तुझे तो ये काम नहीं करना था, वो लड़की बहुत बुरी है.
yeah,
अरे भाई, सिर्फ उस टाइम वो स्टेटमेंट उसने रूडली बोला, उस अपेक्षा से वो बुरी है. You don't explain the thing and then you just say she's buri. Then you've made the whole girl buri.
so now I have a question. Since we are all mithyas, even though we say it with the right apeksha, and we know about the 5 samvai, but we only talk about one, does that still make it mithya? So it is.
It's like let me tell you, रोज के झगड़े क्या होते हैं? तुम अपने हस्बैंड को बोलते हो तुम तो कोई चीज कभी ठिकाने ही नहीं रखते. You always mess up. Let's say you tell your husband this. I mean, there are husbands, messy husbands, right? तो तुम उनको बोल रहे हो कि आप तो हमेशा चीजें जगह पे नहीं रखते हो, या you qualify them. Let's say you tell them कि आप तो mess maker हो. Now tell me, is this samyak ekant or mithya ekant?
Mithya ekant, because there are other good qualities in that person too.
Right. But when we are fighting,
but
what do? We forget about all the other good qualities in that person.
गुस्से में तो एकांत ही, मिथ्या एकांत ही हो जाता है.
Exactly.
But
ma'am, even that is one of the
हमेशा से ऐसे ही हो.
quality, right, ma'am?
Is that true? No, it's not.
नहीं, वैसे true
वो
नहीं.
हमेशा से बेचारा कभी था ही नहीं. वो 5 मिनट में उसने गलती कर दी तो बेचारा the whole person became bad. So अगर हम वो ठीक कर दे हमारे बोलने को तो कितने झगड़े खत्म हो जाएंगे.
सोचने को, प्रभाजी, सोचने से
को भी. Yes.
मैम, अगर हम लोग ये बोले कि you are good but you are always messy, तो ये सम्यक एकांत होगा क्या?
हाँ, तो you know actually, okay, let's say किसी के बुरी बात करनी है, समझ लो कि what would you say?
बुरी बात तो नहीं करनी, किसी को फीडबैक देना है, सोच लो.
नहीं, समझ लो किसी को बहुत ही बुरा भी कहना है. अरे वो तो हमेशा बहुत ही रूडली बात करती है, समझ, ऐसे बोलना है ना. पर वो अंदर से तो भगवान है. As soon as you say that, how mild it becomes. See, अभी वो रूडली बात करती है, पर वो अंदर से तो प्योर सोल है ना. It's just a temporary paryay of hers that is misbehaving like that today.
so you don't have to be a samyak drashti for it to become samyak ekant.
No, you don't.
Okay,
Samyak
so
drashti
this is just a
will
general.
have a toot shraddha on all these principles.
Okay, got
So
it.
वो ऊपर से दिखेगा हमारी आपकी तरह, बोलेगा भी, गुस्सा भी कर लेगा, बट अंदर से उसकी श्रद्धा पक्की है कि जो मैंने बोला वो स्टेटमेंट गलत है. I should have said it like this, या it is like this, at least अंदर से जानेगा. अभी हमारी श्रद्धा गलत है.
So when we say she is rude, but is Bhagwan andar se is samyak ekant?
No.
Even otherwise, no. But if she's rude,
That is anekant, because right now with apeksha to rudeness, we explained this girl as rude. But she has other anekant means so many other qualities too.
Oh,
She's
so this becomes
beautiful. She's a pure soul. She's she has a big house. So
Basically,
many other
so it
qualities.
becomes samyak anikant, samyak anikant. That statement is
No, it's a anekant statement.
not
You
samyak
are-
because we are not samyak.
So you are qualifying one aspect of her, knowing the other aspects.
then it is samyak ekant. You don't have to be a samyak drashti for it to be samyak ekant.
Yes, it's samyak anekant actually. When you say
Samyak
both.
anekant, sorry.
Yes, yes.
Samyak anekant.
तो
Can you say that
क्योंकि-
again,
तो
Prabhaji?
और उससे क्या होता है, मेंटली आपकी वो हेट्रेड एकदम डाइल्यूट हो जाती है. Because when you looked at the bad quality of this person, yet remember the good qualities also.
But then, Prabhaji, you don't really know, right? Because when somebody's making a statement and they just make the one blatant statement, you never put things away. When you're saying the statement, but you still know that the person is a good person. So in that case, it could still be samyak.
I think you forget. Try saying the other way and see how the gussa becomes mellowed.
But Prabhaji, I still don't feel comfortable accepting that Laukik में भी सम्यक एकांत and सम्यक अनेकांत रहता है. Because
नहीं,
only KBP का निर्णय करने के बाद ही सम्यक दृष्टि आती है. तो वो सम्यक कैसे होता है? If in Laukik.
Can I ask
I'm not saying it is in Laukik. I'm just giving you guys examples to understand how these principles apply. See, Laukik में example से समझने में easy हो जाता है. बाकी समझना तो हमें पारलौकिक इस आत्मा की दृष्टि से समझना है.
So
See,
then,
प्रमाण का, let me tell you what is प्रमाण. See, समय सार में अगर आप आत्मा की बात करोगे, it's talking about द्रव्य का आत्मा. See, द्रव्य के आत्मा में न राग है, न द्वेष है, न कर्म है, न गुण है, कुछ भी नहीं, like, right? पर it's गुणातीत, it's पर्यायातीत, everything. But that doesn't mean those things don't exist. When you accept that, yes, द्रव्य की दृष्टि से आत्मा is just है. You don't think about गुण, पर्याय, nothing. But yet, पर्याय की सत्ता है. That is अनेकांत. Even though समय सार में you will only मुख्यतः द्रव्य के आत्मा की बात करेंगे.
द्रव्य संग्रह में भी द्रव्य की बात करेंगे.
Yes.
पर्याय
उसमें
की नहीं
पर्याय को भी
करेंगे.
गौण करेंगे. गौण करने में और छोड़ने में बहुत बड़ा फर्क है.
Yes, yes.
But can we say that we are understanding these principles, but somewhere they'll be applied only once you are samyak drashti?
No.
No. देखो,
no to?
सम्यक दृष्टि is like a flip of a switch. श्रद्धा गुण जो है ना, या तो मिथ्या है या श्रद्धा है. There's two options only. Now, before you get to that flip of a switch, there's a lot of nirnay you have to do.
But right now it's mithya.
Right
Although
now, it will be called all mithya till you get to that anubhav ka kal. Because रसगुल्ला गोल है, रसगुल्ला इतना मीठा है, उसमें इतने छेद होते हैं, ये होता है, वो होता है, you've known it so well. Until you eat it, it's not samyak gyan.
So doesn't
You have still known it very well, right? Till you ate it. So that's the process we are in. And then the moment you have that experience, it's called samyak darshan.
So if the question is, this person is rude, would you call, and you have to choose between one of the two. Is this samyak ekant or this is mithya ekant? In that case, it would be mithya ekant.
Yes.
If you were to say this person is rude and has other great qualities, but you are not a samyak drashti, would you call this samyak ekant or would you call it mithya ekant?
Okay, first of all, let me clarify. Samyak drashti just means that he has the atut shraddha of all these principles, has experienced the sukh of the atma, so has verified it. It's not just hearsay anymore, right? So then once he has verified it with experience, that like you've eaten the rasgulla. Now there's no if and but about what rasgulla is like.
Mhm.
You know, until you experience it, there can be a slight if and but about it, right? So that's the difference between samyak. So once you have experienced it, all your knowledge is samyak jnana,
Correct.
right?
For
Now,
lay person,
for the lay person,
using this
there's still
concept,
going to be a mithya drashti
correct,
until you experience the soul. Okay.
correct.
Now, yet, when you talk, ye naye ki bhasha hai. So if I say that this person is rude based on this sentence that she said, that is samyak ekant. Because I've explained
Okay.
in that instance she's rude. I'm not describing that person as a whole as a rude.
Got it.
If
From
I describe that whole person as a rude, then that is mithya ekant. Because I'm not using an ekant, because she also has other attributes.
So basically, you have to use Nai language for
Yeah.
Samyak Ekant.
Priyaji has her hand raised.
Yes, Priyaji.
मैम जैसे अभी आप बता रहे हो जो चीज को हम जैसे बताते हैं वो चीज विल बी मिथ्या एकांत या मिथ्या सॉरी सम्यक एकांत या सम्यक अनेकांत.
देखो, सम्यक अनेकांत मतलब कि you have looked at or talked about all facets of things.
All, it includes all.
Yes. Anekant
Ekant.
means that you accept that अनेक धर्म है. इस पर्सन में अच्छी क्वालिटी है तो बुरी क्वालिटी भी है, या बुरी की बात कर रहे हैं पर अच्छी भी है. And
It's
when you
overall.
talk about one, so when you talk about all, then of course it anekant, right? With respect to legs, hathi is like a pillar. With respect to ear, hathi is like a fan. And you describe all of these things, then it is anekant, right? You're explaining all. Anek ant. Anek means multiple. Ant means viewpoints. You're
और
explaining
सही
all.
बता रहे हैं तो वो होगा सम्यक और गलत बता रहे हैं तो वो होगा
और
मिथ्या.
अगर एक ही चीज की बात कर रहे हैं और उसकी अपेक्षा नहीं बता रहे हैं तो वो मिथ्या हो जाएगा.
अपेक्षा. ओके.
What does ant mean? You just said ant.
Ant means in this context, no. Anek ant means attributes.
Anek means many,
Many.
and ant means
Attributes.
in this sentence.
In this
no, but in
sentence.
general, what is the meaning
Facetedness.
of the
Remember,
word?
anekant, we translated that into English as multifacetedness.
Right.
Correct.
But just now you just said the word.
Viewpoint. So now when you apply, it can become viewpoint. It can be called, what was the other word I just used?
Yeah, what was the word you just used for it? Anek is many and ant means dash.
What did I just say?
Yeah, what did she just say, guys? I didn't hear it, but how about y'all?
I was busy writing and I missed that part.
Me also missed because I was writing.
Okay, then listen to the tape again. I
Go
don't
back to the
remember
recording.
what I just said.
Is it like
Oh, attributes. I said attributes.
No, it wasn't attributes, but I'll take it right
It was
now.
a simpler word. It was a simpler word.
Yeah.
But ma'am, then
No,
Samyak
the reason, let me tell you why I said attributes is because आत्मा में अनेक गुण होते हैं.
वो तो
अनेक
आत्मा के एग्जाम्पल में, मगर
इसलिए।
उसका एग्जाम्पल मत लो, कोई जनरल वाला शब्द यूज
अभी
करो.
जब मैं लौकिक एग्जाम्पल ले रही थी तो तुम लोग बोल रहे थे कि लौकिक में
No,
सम्यक
the-
नहीं होता है.
नहीं, the word that you would use if it was not atma related. That's
I
what
would
the
say
word you
then
used.
in viewpoint or what else would I say?
quality.
Quality. Like I
perspective?
said, we are describing the girl, right? She has so many qualities. We are just focusing on one quality, and in reference to that, the way she behaved, her rude quality came about.
So ma'am, somewhere Samyak Anekant is only applicable to Samyak Drashti ji. That's what I
No.
Preeti.
Okay. See, samyak drashti basically means कि सम्यक दृष्टि को आत्मा के सारे गुणों में श्रद्धा है. Where, how, what happens की पूरी श्रद्धा है. He is not misled. सम्यक दृष्टि always has to do with आत्मा की श्रद्धा, not लौकिक श्रद्धा. फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री की श्रद्धा पे सम्यक दृष्टि नहीं है.
Ma'am, here,
You
of
could be
course,
wrong in physics chemistry and still be called सम्यक दृष्टि and सम्यक ज्ञानी.
I think the question here is the words, use of the word samyak is what's confusing us.
Samyak means real, truth, whatever you want to call it.
And I think we just leave
can
it
we
at
say
that.
ekant?
And yes, generally जो हम पढ़ रहे हैं books में, it applies to आत्मा, आत्मा के गुण, all those. पर
Right.
उसको समझाने के लिए हम लौकिक examples देते हैं. So don't get confused with the word सम्यक. बोल दिया मतलब आप सम्यक दृष्टि हो गए, ऐसा नहीं है.
So
As
samyak,
the other, sorry.
the explanation is samyak, is what that means.
Yes.
When you
Real
talk in that
versus,
particular way,
what was the other word? Real and
you said truth.
conventional.
The other one.
That's the other one, right? Yeah.
Now, can we
But
say
over here,
samyak ekant means complete truth with one and considering one endpoint, and when we say samyak anekant, complete truth considering all endpoints. Anek ek ant means endpoints, है ना?
Yeah, you can take it at that too.
So now, Prabhaji, can you explain what is mithya ekant? Anekant, sorry, mithya anekant.
Okay, so mithya anekant will be, actually अपन ने वो कल वाले पैराग्राफ में ही तो पढ़ा था ना. What is mithya anekant? See, अगर हम अनेकांत है सिर्फ ऐसा बोलेंगे जैनिज्म को, अपेक्षा नहीं बताएंगे और हम बोलेंगे ये सारे गुण हैं किसी में, पर किस अपेक्षा से क्या है नहीं बताएंगे, तो वो मिथ्या अनेकांत हो जाएगा. Okay, let's continue reading. What I'll do is, for next class, I'll compile some concise examples of each of these samyak ekant mithya. Then that'll make it clearer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? So yeah, let's do that. Let's continue, because otherwise एक class ऐसे ही मेरा पूरा हो जाएगा, and otherwise we'll end up, our group unfortunately has a problem of class times when to make up hours. So, so otherwise I don't care doing this endlessly, but you guys ask so many questions. हम 2 page भी नहीं पढ़ पाए. चलो आगे पढ़ते.
Okay, next person.
We'll read the next one.
I can read.
Okay, whoever said I can read, please.
Okay, from page 46, right, Hemalji? You
Yes,
stop.
first paragraph itself, first line.
ठीक है. उक्त व्याख्या में काल के साथ द्रव्य, क्षेत्र, भाव, निमित्त व विधान भी निश्चित बताया गया है. फिर आपको काल की नियमितता ही क्यों आशंका होती है, क्षेत्रादि की नियमितता में क्यों नहीं? जैसे केवल ज्ञान जीव को ही होगा, अजीव को नहीं. जीव में भी भव्य जीव को ही होगा, अभव्य को नहीं. यह द्रव्य संबंधी नियमितता है. क्या इसमें आपको ऐतराज है? इसी प्रकार केवल ज्ञान छपक श्रेणी रूप ध्यान विधि से ही होगा तथा ज्ञानावरणादि घातीय कर्मों के अभाव पूर्वक ही होगा. यह विधान और निमित्त संबंधी नियमितता है. क्या इसमें आपको कोई शंका है? यदि नहीं तो फिर काल संबंधी नियमितता में ही शंका क्यों? क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में अकेले काल को ही नियमित स्वीकार नहीं किया है, परंतु द्रव्य, क्षेत्र, काल, भाव और निमित्त को भी नियमित स्वीकार किया है. जब क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में द्रव्य, क्षेत्र, काल, भाव, निमित्त सभी की नियमितता शामिल है, तब फिर जिस काल में होना होगा उसी काल में होगा के स्थान पर यह भी कहा जा सकता है कि जिस द्रव्य का होना होगा उसी का होगा, जिस क्षेत्र में होना होगा उसी में होगा, और जो होना होगा वही होगा. जिस विधान से होना होगा उसी से होगा, जिस निमित्त पूर्वक होना होगा उसी निमित्त से होगा. फिर काल पर ऐतराज क्यों? काल ही की निमित्तता में बंधन की प्रतीति क्यों, अन्य में क्यों नहीं? क्या कारण है कि अज्ञानी काल में ही शंकित होता है? इसका कारण है अज्ञानी का उतावलापन, पर्याय की अचलता का ज्ञान न होने से अज्ञानी में एक प्रकार का उतावलापन पाया जाता है कि इतनी प्रतीक्षा कौन करे, कार्य जल्दी होना चाहिए, जिसका सम्यक दर्शन पर्याय की प्राप्ति का काल दूर होता है, उसे काल की नियमितता का विश्वास नहीं हो पाता। श्लोक में भी देखा, शुड आई कंटिन्यू रीड और
या कंटिन्यू 2 पेजेस कर लो, क्योंकि ये अभी काल की मुख्यता से समझा रहे हैं। बेसिकली व्हाट ही इज डूइंग इज कि वी ऑल मेक एंड विल कंटिन्यू टू मेक दीज मिस्टेक्स। कोई भी चीज को हम एनालाइज करेंगे तो एक ही अपेक्षा से देख के एंड वी मस्ट मिसअंडरस्टैंड थिंग्स। दैट्स व्हाई दे आर ट्राइंग टू गिव यू फ्रॉम ईच एस्पेक्ट कि कहाँ कहाँ हम गलत जाते हैं। तो ये बहुत ज्यादा विचारणीय सब्जेक्ट है एंड इट्स वेरी difficult to accept kind of a principle, but yet उसको accept किए बिना सम्यक दर्शन भी नहीं हो सकता, उसको खूब घोटना पड़ेगा, sort of, जिसको बोलते हैं ना। So that's why they're trying to give us so many examples.
Yeah, it was just this. It was a simple paragraph, the second paragraph, but he keeps
Exactly.
He talks in circles, and so if we could go through it when we stop further, that would be
okay. We'll reread it. Yeah.
Okay. लोक में भी देखा जाता है कि जिसे किसी काम को होने का काल समीप दिया जाता है, बताया जाता है, वह सहज स्वीकार कर लेता है, पर जिसे लंबा काल बताया जाता है या दिया जाता है तो वह उसे बदलवाने का यत्न करता है, उसे वह काल स्वीकार नहीं होता। उसी प्रकार जिसका आत्महित का काल दूर है, उसे काल का निश्चित होना सुहाता नहीं है। जिसे काल का निश्चित होना सुहाता नहीं है, समझना चाहिए कि उसे सत्य समझने का काल अभी दूर है। उसमें काल को बदलने का वृत्ति उतावलापन बना ही रहता है। यह उतावलेपन की वृत्ति हो उससे यह स्वीकार नहीं करने देती कि जब होना होगा तभी होगा। यदि गहराई से विचार करें तो समझ में आ सकता है कि द्रव्य क्षेत्रादि के समान काल भी नियमित है, पर गहराई से विचार करें तब ना, गहराई में तो कोई जाना नहीं चाहता, बस यूं ही ऊपर ऊपर चलती फिरती दृष्टि डालता है तो एकांत सा प्रतीत होता है। पुरुषार्थ का लोप हो जाएगा ऐसा लगता है। आज की दुनिया इतनी जल्दी में है, इतनी उतावली हो रही है कि उसे गहराई में जाने को अवकाश ही नहीं है। इस दौड़ धूप के युग में कोई ठहरना तो दूर, चलता भी नहीं है, सिर्फ दौड़ता है। प्रत्येक व्यक्ति किसी न किसी दौड़ में शामिल है, दौड़ की धुन में है। वह अपनी धुन में इतना व्यस्त है कि उसे क्रमबद्ध पर्याय जैसे गंभीर विषय पर शांति से, गंभीरता से विचार करने को समय ही नहीं है। यह त्रस्त जगत विषय कषाय में इतना अभ्यस्त हो गया है, विषय कषाय की सामग्री को जोड़ने में विकल्प ही इतना व्यस्त हो रहा है कि मैं कौन हूँ, मेरा क्या स्वरूप है, यह जगत क्या है, इसकी परिणति का कर्ता कौन है, आदि दार्शनिक विषयों पर विचार करने की फुर्सत ही इसे कहाँ है। इन बातों पर विचार करना तो यह निठल्ले लोगों का काम मानने लगा है। यह तो बस दौड़े जा रहा है बिना लक्ष्य के ही। यदि आपको इस जगत का उतावलापन देखना है तो किसी भी नगर के व्यस्त चौराहे पर खड़े हो जाइए और देखिए इस दुनिया का उतावलापन।
What is utavlapan? Hurriedness? Quick? Is that
Yeah. Excitement. Okay.
Restlessness.
So can we do that
okay.
paragraph?
Let's do that paragraph.
Utavla means hasty.
Hasty, yes.
Boy, you're looking that fast. Cool.
Okay, let's do that paragraph. Then I need to find a extension. I just realized my laptop is losing battery. Okay. Okay, let's reread that paragraph. You read it slowly, Rupal.
जैसे केवल ज्ञान जीव को ही होगा, अजीव को नहीं, जीव में भी भव्य जीव को ही होगा और अभव्य को नहीं, यह द्रव्य संबंधी नियमित है।
So let's explain this sentence very quickly. So this is a fact जो कि केवली ने बताया है, right? कि केवल ज्ञान किसको होगा, कोई पुद्गल को तो नहीं हो सकता, right? जीव को ही होगा। Now अब इसमें क्या है, ये सम्यक एकांत है। I mean, is there something we can argue about this? No, it's a fact, right? अब भव्य को ही होगा, अब there's no reason for it. It is like that. That's it, right? There's no अपेक्षा in that sense. अब ये अपेक्षा सिर्फ इतनी है कि ये द्रव्य संबंधी, it's a rule. नियमितता means It's a rule.
Ma'am, can you tell me the meaning of bhavya, please?
भव्य मीन्स कि ये केवली ने बताया है कि कुछ जीव ऐसे हैं जिनको कभी भी मोक्ष नहीं होगा। और शास्त्रों में उसका एग्जाम्पल आता है, जैसे मूंग हम लाते हैं, उसमें से कुछ दाने ऐसे होते हैं जो कभी पकते नहीं है, एंड देयर इज नो रीजन फॉर इट, that is the way it is.
Bhavya Jeev is just enlightened soul.
भव्य जीव मीन्स जो कि मोक्ष जाएंगे, अभव्य मीन्स there are going to be very very tiny percentage जो कभी मोक्ष नहीं जाएंगे. They may appear same like भव्य जीव, they will study agams, they will do punya, pap, all this, but they won't.
But in their KBP, it will never happen. Moksha Paryay.
That's all it means, yes.
So most of the Jew will go to moksha?
Of course. Have the capability to. Ab kab, we don't know. But of course, yes.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this kal.
Yeah.
Samvai.
So now he's saying, do you have a problem with that? क्या आप इसमें आपको ऐतराज है? इसी प्रकार केवल ज्ञान चपक श्रेणी रूप ध्यान विधि से ही होगा तथा ज्ञानावर्णीय घात्या कर्मों के अभाव निमित्त पूर्वक ही होगा। यह विधान और निमित्त संबंधी नियमितता है कि this is the way it is. See, you know, in my son always says, it is what it is, right? So whether you accept it or not, that is the fact of life. This is the way things are. Okay, so that's what they're saying. कि केवल ज्ञानी ने बताया है कि जिसको केवल ज्ञान होगा उसको क्षपक श्रेणी से ही होगा और निमित्त रूप से उसके ज्ञानावर्णीय कर्मों का अभाव होगा, तब होगा, right?
And what is the meaning of Shapak Shreni Roop?
Shapak Shreni means that you climb up the ladders of the Chautha Gunastan, Panchva Gunastan, Chattha Gunastan, and after 8th or 9th it happens within few seconds like that. Usko Shapak Shreni means quick escalation.
But I thought that isn't the Shapak Shreni where they fall back, and the other one is when
No, Shapak Shreni they go forwards, in the other one they
fall back. There is one in which you fall. Shapak Shreni is the one that does go forward.
Usually what happens is up to 8th or 9th for certain Gunasthan, you're in meditation, up to 11th, I think it is, you can fall
11th and then come back again.
But very few actually fall back down. Most of the people after 8th, they get into so much deep into their soul, then it is within Antarmurti.
Antarmurti, okay.
That is called Shapak Shreni. That means quick escalation. Now, फिर क्या लिखा है? क्या इसमें भी आपको कोई शंका है? भाई अब केवली ने ऐसे बताया है, now argue about it. What is there to argue, right? It is like that. अब आपको प्रूफ करना है तो कर लो खुद केवल ज्ञान, and you will prove it to yourself. Otherwise जिसने किया है उसकी बात सुन लो, right? यदि नहीं तो फिर काल संबंधी नियमितता में ही शंका क्यों? So then why do you doubt that it should happen now, it should not? So for example, we easily accept if a 100-year-old guy dies, no big deal. Yet if a 20-year-old dies, we cannot accept. बहुत जल्दी death हो गई, बहुत जल्दी ये हो गया, वो हो गया. Now is it really early death? No. Because हम संसारी को उससे मोह था तो हम सोचते हैं कि उसकी इतनी बाकी जिंदगी होनी चाहिए थी. Who are we? Nothing. Who are we to decide कि किसको कितना जीना चाहिए था? Nothing. We are nobody. So क्रम KBP के अनुसार उस 20-year-old की भी उसी समय निश्चित मृत्यु थी, उसी समय होनी थी. That was the right time for that person. It was not early. So you understand? We have a problem accepting it. काल की नियमितता हम नहीं accept कर रहे हैं. It was destined to be in that time. Because we have all this rag, dvesh filled in us.
Or if it is not happening, also you use the same.
Right. If things are not happening. Why didn't she get pregnant yet? Oh, she's married for 7 years. We make up all these things. Why isn't this person married yet? He's 30. Who said that 30 is the age to get married, or 25 is the old, or 40 is the age to get married? We made it all up. There is no rule.
But that is society, na Prabhaji?
तो सोसाइटी का रूल है ना, और रूल चेंज होते रहते हैं. जो कि भगवान ने जो रूल बताए हैं वो नियमित है, वो नहीं चेंज होते. But there is change within Kram. What do they call it? Change within, no change, I guess, in that sense. Change is inevitable, right?
Mhm.
Change is permanent. That's the statement I wanted to say, basically. So society के rules इसीलिए तो change होते रहते हैं. कोई जमाने में 16 साल was the right age to get married. Then it became 18, then it became 20, then it became 22, then 24. ऐसे करते करते, who knows, nowadays even in India nobody wants to think about marriage till they're at least 30. So what is the right age? There is no right time. So that is what they're referring to when they're saying काल संबंधी नियमितता में ही शंका क्यों. Got it now?
Yep.
Okay, what else did you not understand? Because I don't want to again like explain the whole thing. Most of the things is pretty simple.
Everything else. Yeah.
Okay, chalo, let's move on. Next 2 pages kaun padega? Minnie ji, you want to read?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha, by the way, Hemal, when somebody is reading, make sure you put it on gallery view.
Oh, okay. मुझे हमेशा याद नहीं रहेगा because I am engrossed in whatever we are doing, but I'll try my best.
Unfortunately, I think only the host screen is what shows on YouTube, right? So, well, do your best you can.
Yeah,
you know.
whenever I remember, I'll do it. Nakki.
Okay, go ahead, Minnie ji.
Okay. यहाँ से पढ़ती हूँ मैम, यदि आपको इस जगत का उतावलापन, या ये पढ़ लिया है. ओके, देखिए. चौराहे पर मौत की निशानी लाल बत्ती है. एक सिपाही भी खड़ा है आपको रोकने के लिए, फिर भी आप नहीं रुक रहे हैं. अपनी मौत की कीमत पर भी नहीं रुक. यद्यपि आप अच्छी तरह जानते हैं कि लाल बत्ती होने पर सड़क पार करना खतरे से खाली नहीं है. कहीं भी किसी भारी वाहन के नीचे आ सकते हैं. पुलिस वाला भी आपको सचेत कर रहा है, फिर भी आप दौड़े जा रहे हैं. क्या यह उतावलापन की हद नहीं है? इतनी भी जल्दी किस काम की? पर ऐसा उतावलापन कहीं भी देखा जा सकता है. क्या यह इस देश का दुर्भाग्य नहीं है कि आप अपने उतावलेपन के कारण लाल बत्ती होने पर भी किसी वाहन के नीचे आकर मर जाएं, मात्र इसलिए लाखों पुलिसमैनों को चौराहे पर खड़ा. Somebody is not on mute, I think. अपनी मौत की कीमत पर जिनको इतनी भी देरी स्वीकृत नहीं, पसंद नहीं, ऐसी अधीरिया उतावलेपन लोगों की समझ में यह कैसे आ सकता है कि जो कार्य जब होना होगा तभी होगा. यह काम तो धीरता का है, गंभीरता का है, वीरता का भी है. जो धैर्य से गंभीरता पूर्वक मनन करे, चिंतन करे, उस वीर की समझ में ही कर्मबद्ध पर्याय आती है. इसमें पुरुषार्थ का लोप नहीं होता, वरन सच्चा पुरुषार्थ प्रकट होता है. उतावलेपन के अतिरिक्त पक्ष व्यामोह भी एक कारण है जो काल के नियमितता की सहज स्वीकृति में बाधक बनता है. पक्ष व्यामोह से रहित आत्मार्थी वीर बंधुओं से अनुरोध है कि वे इस महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर धीरता और गंभीरता से विचार करें. कर्मबद्ध पर्याय में यदि कुछ लोगों को नियतवाद का एकांत नजर आता है तो कतिपय मनीषी इसे एकांत भाग्यवादी दृष्टिकोण मानते हैं. उनकी दृष्टि से नियतिवाद, कर्मबद्ध पर्याय और दैववाद में कोई अंतर नहीं है, क्योंकि जो होना है सो होगा, ऐसा विचारना पुरुषार्थहीन बनता है. उनके अनुसार कार्तिकेय अनुप्रेक्षा की गाथा 321 से 323 तक का कथन सार्वभौमिक सत्य नहीं है. I'll continue. Okay.
Prabhaji, can you explain this last paragraph? I didn't understand.
Okay.
Just the last paragraph.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, read it, Hemalji.
कर्मबद्ध पर्याय में यदि कुछ लोगों को नियतवाद का एकांत नजर आता है तो कतिपय मनीषी इसे एकांत भाग्यवादी दृष्टिकोण मानते हैं. उनकी दृष्टि में नियतिवाद, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय और दैववाद में कोई अंतर नहीं है, क्योंकि जो होना है सो होगा। ऐसा विचरना पुरुषार्थहीन बनता है। उनके अनुसार कार्तिकेयानुप्रेक्षा की गाथा 321 to 323 तक का कथन सार्वभौमिक सत्य नहीं है. Too many words that I don't understand in this paragraph.
The bottom line, what they're saying is, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में यदि कुछ लोगों को नियतवाद या एकांत नजर आता है, basically what they're saying is, see, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय is obviously not niyatvad. Niyatvad means destiny. See,
Niyatvad is same as niyativad. Niyat is same as niyativad.
Yes. Niyati means destiny. Lot of people will take क्रमबद्ध पर्याय as, जैसे हम भी बार बार कह रहे हैं ना, जो होना है सो होता है, whatever is destined to happen happens. But that is only one part of it. Remember, it has 5 parts. 5 समवाय होते हैं, तब उसको काम को किया हुआ कहते हैं. तो अब क्या बता रहे हैं वो, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में यदि कुछ लोगों को नियतवाद का एकांत नजर आता है. See, some people misunderstand it as if क्रमबद्ध पर्याय means destiny. तो कतिपय मनीषी means other people इसे एकांत भाग्यवादी दृष्टिकोण मानते हैं. Some अब कतिपय का exactly meaning I'll have to look up, but basically some people इसको एकांत भाग्यवादी दृष्टिकोण मानते हैं. Some people will say, oh, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय जैसे बोलते हैं जो होना है सो होगा, right? Lot of people translate KBP as जो होना है सो होगा. So उसको, but that is not an एकांत, because ऐसा नहीं है. Actually KBP is जिस स्वभाव से, जिस काल में, जिस निमित्त से, जिस पुरुषार्थ से जो होना है वो होगा. That is the correct way of saying it.
Does that mean एकांत भाग्यवादी means कि मेरे नसीब में जो था वो
हाँ, उसको भी क्रमबद्ध पर्याय mistakenly लोग ऐसा समझ लेते हैं. That's what they're saying. उनकी दृष्टि में नियतवाद, नियतवाद बहुत एक ही चीज है. क्रमबद्ध पर्याय और दैववाद, कोई मेरे भाग्य में होगा वो होगा, या हिंदू बोलेंगे प्रभु की जो इच्छा है वो होगा.
That's also like destiny, but it's not.
Just
भगवान की इच्छा में भी
destiny. See, क्या होता है ना, whatever you cannot explain is destiny. Whatever you cannot blame, या तो तुम कार्य को blame कर, निमित्त को blame कर दोगे, या तुमने पुरुषार्थ नहीं किया, या अभी टाइम नहीं आया, या अभी what was the fourth one, पुरुषार्थ निमित्त नहीं सही मिला, को कोई और एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं. तो जब कुछ और एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते तो प्रभु की इच्छा, वो ऐसा ही होना था, भाग्य में यही लिखा था, you know, all those things that people say.
But they are
भगवान की इच्छा means the दैववाद.
हाँ, भगवान की इच्छा is, but that is all like
भाग्य में ऐसा ही था, because people don't have an explanation basically. Whereas what we are saying is, we understand क्रमबद्ध पर्याय, so we know things are happening at the time, with the effort, with the nimitt, with all these things at distant time, at distant, whatever is distant. So what they're explaining is कि how it is misunderstood. तुम्हारे क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में भी तो यही बोलते हैं, हम बोल देते हैं भगवान ने किया. जैसे कि हिंदुओं में भगवान की इच्छा के बिना पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता, तो जैनों के कर्म के बिना पत्ता नहीं हिलता बोल दो. No, but that is not true. We have lot more complete explanations of things.
What is
I think the difference is, you know, like when we say bhagya, like fate, right? What's in our fate, nasib.
Fate.
We seem to it's like an unknown external force, right? Divinity,
but
daiva,
in Jainism it is not unknown external
but we are not.
force.
I think that's
because
the difference.
We know that there are so many nimitts. Karma is one of the nimitts. So we have a clear explanation of everything.
Yeah,
and
I
the
think
more
that's
clarity we have in our minds, the easier life is to be lived.
Correct. So what is Pakshvya Moha? It's like 2 paragraphs above. उतावलेपन के अतिरिक्त पक्षव्या मोह की
Pakshvya Moha, one-sided affection.
Oh.
So because you are preferring this one viewpoint. So what happens is that one is you're in a hurry to do everything. Then you have this one-sided attitude towards something.
Got it.
So like I just
That's
explained,
where
young
this
person
honata-
dies, you cannot accept it. Because that is your paksh, that one young person should not die. And it's okay for an old person to die. That's called paksh vyamoha. या मेरा कुत्ता मर गया तो बहुत दुख की बात है, पड़ोसी का मर गया तो doesn't matter. So that is paksh. I'm taking paksh of mine. जबकि ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं in reality. That's what they're trying to explain to you. And I'll give you some practical examples. You know, I'm visiting right now my Rakhi brother, okay? So this morning I was just talking to Bhabi, and she was saying, what was she saying? Oh, yeah, if the brother, he throws away something or something, she just doesn't bother. She doesn't even ask him what, why, anything. And she says, that way mujhe vikalp hi nahi hota hai. And I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, she accepts Krambaddha. Yehi hona tha, ho gaya, done. Don't bother ask him why he did it, what he did it, nothing. So that is so much less reason for jhagda. And I mean, actually, they are also swadhyay. So she was trying to explain that now she tries to use these principles. Ki us pudgal ka jis samay jo hona tha ho gaya. Now, what's the point in me asking why? Yeah, actually, he was just taping up something, okay? This some silver brick or whatever it was. So jaise hi maine dekha he's taping up, right away I asked, oh, you're taping it up. Are you trying to mail this somewhere? What are you doing? So, you know, how we are always curious about kisi ka lena nahi, dena nahi. You just blurt out why, what? Bhai, what is the why? Why do you want to know? So uspe Bhabhi said like, well, okay, he's doing it. I don't bother myself. I don't even ask him what, why, where. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. क्योंकि हम हमेशा अपने ही अपेक्षा मोह उसमें ही पड़े हुए हैं, तो हमें सब कुछ जानना है. बच्चे ने क्यों किया, वहां क्यों गया, क्या हुआ. नॉट ओनली बच्चे तो चलो ठीक है, योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. नेबर ने वैसा क्यों किया, अरे भाई तुम्हें कोई लेना नहीं देना नहीं. Why you're bothered?
You know what I find, Prabhaji, men don't do this so much. I sit
That's
and
correct.
chat with my husband. He'll say, what is this? You know, can we just get the bottom line on this? Because
Yes,
this is
in
you
general,
going all over
men
the
don't
place.
want to know the details. They don't, and the women for some reason have this itch of
And
elaborating.
I think this is why women don't go to moksha as fast as men. That's why they say women ki paryay mein moksha nahi hota hai, because we are doing so much rag and so much more rag and moha than men in daily
Yet
life.
but yet at the same time, the women is needed to bring up the men. FYI.
What does that mean?
Meaning that
Women ego talking, but that's okay. So, but the point is, yes, I mean, and then स्वाध्यायी women जो होती है ना, वो फिर बहुत ज्यादा विकल्प में नहीं पड़ती हैं. They reduce that need of, you know, having to express everything, having to explain everything, which normally women do. And you can compare yourself with other women. Let's say
Oh, yeah.
you go to a party and
It
there
is
will be
hard
other
to
women
talk to
जिनको
people.
need है कि खाने की बात कर लूं, jewelry की बात कर लूं. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So you will see that change in you slowly happening.
Hmm.
And now we are becoming like a purush paryay. तो हमारा मोक्ष जल्दी होने वाला है. So honestly, that was my thing. You know, whenever they said, when you first read in the Shastras, कि स्त्री पर्याय में मोक्ष नहीं होता है. And a lot of women obviously are against this, right? And that's how maybe in the Shwetambar Parampara, they ended up calling Mallinath as a women, female Tirthankar. And when I was in the beginning, when I was understanding the differences between Digambar, Shwetambar Paramparas, I was like, then I would say, well, that doesn't bother me, क्योंकि क्या है, जब मोक्ष होना है नेक्स्ट जन्म में, मैं मेल बर्थ हो जाएगा मेरा, व्हाट्स द बिग डील टू एक्सेप्ट दैट फीमेल्स कैन नॉट गेट मोक्ष. But then there are some other things that I cannot accept, you know. So this was like Hukamchandji Bharil used to visit our house all the time, and I used to be, being a debating person, argue with him all the time. So I made this blunt statement like that. वो तो मैं accept कर सकती हूँ, ये नहीं accept कर सकती. He's like, who are you? Who are you to accept or not accept? It's like, yes, कि तुम क्या accept कर सकती हो, नहीं कर सकती हो. Of course, he wasn't rude to me. He used to treat me nicely like his daughter, but like that was the meaning of it.
Good point.
So,
वो समझा नहीं मेरे को पॉइंट, मगर ठीक है, चलेगा.
पॉइंट इज कि केवली ने ऐसा कहा है तो तुम कौन होते हो उसको जज करने वाले.
हाँ, वो वाला. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Hey, but
And
you
that's
know what I
exactly
found out about
That's
that
what
is,
was said in that other sentence, कि तुमको क्या प्रॉब्लम है इस सब से, कि केवल ज्ञान जीव को ही होता है, जीव को नहीं. अरे भाई, केवली के ज्ञान में आया है, अब तुम कौन होते हो अपनी ओपिनियन देने वाले कि ये तो मुझे एक्सेप्टेबल है और ये नहीं है. That's what he was trying to do.
It is what it is, whether you accept it or
Yeah,
not.
exactly. That's what it is, right?
You know, it's very hard, right? Because then we also
Yes,
talk about
it is hard, and you have to come to grips with it.
yeah, but
No,
also
it's
right.
not about me. It's not about my opinion here. It's the
No, but
truth.
you know, yeah, but Prabhaji, this also goes to the fact that like, this is why you can understand other people also believe the religion that they're born into, correct?
Exactly, yes.
They
And
also will
that
say
is
things like,
called
"They
anekantvad, that you understand what perspective they are coming from. But that doesn't mean you accept them as the truth. Now, so if you are anekantwadi, you would say, okay, Muslim ऐसा believe करता है क्योंकि उसने बेचारे ने उसके ग्रंथों में यही पढ़ा है. So you wouldn't hate that person, you will understand his perspective. Anekantwadi will understand that person's perspective, but that doesn't mean he will accept Muslim religion to be the truth, ultimate truth. Do you see the difference there?
yes.
So अपेक्षा से तुम कोई चीज को समझ पाओगे, पर गलत खुद को नहीं कर लोगे. अनेकांत doesn't mean कि मुस्लिम भी सही है, हिंदू भी सही है, क्रिश्चियन भी सही है. नो, सही तो एक ही अपेक्षा से होता है, सम्यक एकांत ही होता है. पर कोई और किस अपेक्षा से ये बात कह रहा है, किस अपेक्षा से वो सही है, अपने धर्म में उसने ऐसा पढ़ा है, इसलिए वो बात आप समझ सकते हो. So you got it? Like I used to always tell my kids that you don't hate anybody, you understand, like you have a Muslim friend, you have a black friend, you have a whatever friend, okay, you understand their where they're coming from. You just don't go and accept their religion. उतनी समझ तुम में होनी चाहिए कि वो किसी अपेक्षा से ऐसा काम कर रहा है, but it is not the right thing for you to do. So you don't hate a person because he's eating meat, but you are not going to eat meat because you know why not. And that goes a long way with the kids, especially because, you know, a lot of kids are bullied, a lot of kids are shown down upon. And if you don't have that strong footing, you can get into, the kids or even adults at some point can get into a lot of anxiety and depression and all these things.
Prabhaji, I have a question. Why are they saying that इस type का विचरना पुरुषार्थहीन बनता है?
Vicharna, not vicharna. Where are you?
Yeah, vicharna पुरुषार्थहीन बनता है. It's the last sentence of the page 48. They are saying that उसकी दृष्टि में
क्योंकि अगर तुम बोलोगे वही
सेम है तो पुरुषार्थहीन बन जाता है.
ऐसा ही होना था, मेरे भाग्य में तो यही था, तो मैं क्यों काम करूं? That's the whole thing KBP is proving. That no, it doesn't mean you stop Purusharth, because Purusharth is part of the 5 samvais.
But Prabhaji, the Purusharth is only for Prayojan Bhut activity, no? It's not for day-to-day living activities.
That's the ultimate, but Purusharth is also for the day-to-day activities.
Sure, how is it so?
I mean, it's like you want to have a baby, but let's decide not to get married. And then say, oh, bhagya mein hoga to bachcha ho jayega. How stupid would that be? So that's what they're saying. और ऐसा हो जाता था पुराने जमाने में. You know, husband is off to business, some other state, whatever, और वो बेचारी वाइफ को दोष दे रहे हैं. इसको तो अभी तक बच्चा नहीं हो रहा है. Excuse me, you know. So, भाग्य में होना होगा तो हो जाएगा. That's what they're talking about here. You shouldn't be thinking like that.
Okay. Because there are 5 other samvai. There are 4 other samvai as well. That's why don't think like that.
Yes.
And because one of the 4 is Purshat, then you don't
Right, you have to
Purushat
keep trying. Yet accept the fact कि जिस पुरुषार्थ से, जिस समय में, जिस निमित्त से कार्य होना होगा, होगा. So it more and more emphasizes that पुरुषार्थ को बिल्कुल छोड़ना नहीं है.
So I have a doubt in this, Prabhaji. We are all working towards a goal and we are not, say, we are not achieving it. It means it is not time yet, or the effort is not adequate, or
all 5 of them. I mean, this is a universal question. Even पंडित बड़े-बड़े जो 50 साल से स्वाध्याय कर रहे हैं, सुना रहे हैं, सब कर रहे हैं. उनको भी यही क्वेश्चन है. इतने साल से हमें सम्यक दर्शन अनुभूति क्यों नहीं होती? Fine. अरे भाई KBP समझो, you won't have the question.
वही KBP के बाद ही मुझे ये क्वेश्चन आया कि what if instead of effort and time and kshetra, what if I'm going in the wrong direction, or my goal is wrong, or something else?
Can
And
be.
that's why.
But ठीक है ना, तुम तो क्या कर रहे हो? You are, see, सर्वज्ञ को समझा, प्रूव किया, क्यों सर्व की वाणी को समझना, ठीक है. अब हम अपना पुरुषार्थ उसमें लगा रहे हैं, राइट. हमारा निर्णय उसमें हो रहा है. फिर हमें चिंता ही क्यों है? एक बार निर्णय हो गया तो केबीपी के हिसाब से जब काल आएगा, जिस पुरुषार्थ से होगा. अगर समझ लो कि ऋषभ देव को केबीपी पे विश्वास नहीं होता. It took him 1000 पूर्व करोड़ times करोड़ years to get केवल ज्ञान. After he was samyak. They are Tirthankars are born samyak drishti, right? So you think he could have had so much patience if he didn't believe in KBP? वो बोलते अरे ये भरत को तो 1 सेकंड में हो गया, वो तो रिंग को देखा और डन. और मुझे क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? मैं मेडिटेशन में 1000 साल से बैठा हूं. But he believed in KBP कि मेरा जब काल आएगा तभी उतना तीव्र पुरुषार्थ होगा और मिलेगा. बट बुद्धि पूर्वक तो मैं पुरुषार्थ करता जाऊंगा ना. ऐसे तो छोड़ के बैठ जाऊंगा. Let me just go and enjoy with my wives and it'll happen. No.
Prabhaji, I have belief when it comes to Prayojanbhut activity. Okay. But when it is non-Prayojanbhut activity, you have to evaluate if you are in the wrong, if the goal is wrong, the direction is wrong.
You will, yes. And
but
that's
if it is not Prayojanbhut, then I don't think it has the same meaning.
So let's say it is not Prayojanbhut, right? Party में जाना है. ठीक है ना? Now, you know कि that is a waste of time. At least if I want to go moksha, then sorry, that's the other direction, right? Moksha इधर है तो मैं इधर जा रही हूँ. Understood? ठीक है. Now, अब मैं फिर भी नहीं कर पा रही हूँ. बहुत तीव्र मोह चल रहा है. Oh my God, मुझे तो बहुत इच्छा है. उस पार्टी में गए बिना तो मेरे चल नहीं रहा. नहीं जाऊं तो दुखी हो रही हूँ, डिप्रेस हो रही हूँ. You do the best effort you can. The way I approach life is let things happen. क्योंकि मेरी जैसे जैसे समझ बढ़ रही है, तो मेरी रुचि उन जगहों में कम होती जा रही है. अब प्रसंग ऐसा बन रहा है कि मुझे जाना पड़ रहा है, या मेरा मोह भी तो मैं नहीं हूं ना, right? So if you're not attached to your own rag and moh also, you keep that also separate. You're observing that, look where my moh is taking me. My moh is taking me to run after Tara and do whatever she wants to do. My moh is making me go to this party, go to this wedding, go to whatever. And if you could just be the observer, then you're not the doer there.
But say somebody in this group wants to start a startup, but they are not succeeding. What will you say? वो तो नॉन प्रयोजनभूत एक्टिविटी है।
नॉन प्रयोजनभूत है, ठीक है।
तो
सपोज
उसमें वो 5 समवाय कैसे आते हैं?
हाँ, उसमें भी हर कार्य में 5 समवाय लगते हैं, नॉट ओनली आत्मा के कार्य में। So somebody wanted to do a startup, right? उसका गोल है, लौकिक गोल है, that's fine. You're still मोही रागी जीव, that's bound to happen. I wouldn't say that should happen. That is bound to happen, right? Now वो startup में मेहनत कर रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है। Now apply all this जो बाकी के आलतू के फालतू क्या बोलते हैं उसको, मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर्स क्या बोलते हैं, ओके, कीप ट्राइंग। 10 बार फेल हो गए मीन्स सब वो यू आर क्लोजर टू योर गोल, यू नो, वो इतने बार फेल होने के बाद इवेंचुअली सक्सेस होने वाली है, वो सारे अप्लाई कर लो, ठीक है। नाउ फिर भी यू विल गो थ्रू एंड से ओके, एम आई डूइंग द राइट पुरुषार्थ, ओके, मार्केटिंग के हिसाब से ऐसा करना है, ऑल दोज प्रोसेसेस विल हैपन। नाउ eventually it will automatically happen, either you'll run out of budget, you'll run out of money, can't continue with the startup, but the difference is you won't be depressed. Then you will say KBP में यही था कि मुझे इतना पुरुषार्थ करना था, मुझे इस निमित्त से पैसे मिलने थे, उस निमित्त से पैसे आने बंद हो गए, so now I cannot continue the startup anymore.
But in that case you have waited till you've run out of money.
Of course, yes, you will.
What if you don't want to waste so much money and you change tracks sooner?
Then that is what was destined to be. And that's okay too. Either way, you will accept it.
Okay.
Without that blame factor will go away.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, yes.
You will still be analyzing things. You'll still try to do your best.
Yes.
And you will still analyze कि भाई इससे ज्यादा पैसा मुझे waste नहीं करना. Up to this much I'll use. If not, I'm not going to go bankrupt for my startup and leave it. Fine. That's okay too.
ठीक है.
And there, all those logik के logic भी लगेंगे, सब कुछ होगा. But inside, you are not the doer. Think about it. Like, suppose you are doing a startup. मेरा क्या role है उसमें? ज्ञाता दृष्टा. अपने स्टार्टअप में भी वैसे ही बन जाओ. You understand?
Yes.
तो जैसे सब्जी बना रहे हो, चौका बनाते बनाते सोचो आई एम नॉट द डूअर. ये चम्मच पुद्गल हिल रहा है, इसकी खुद की क्रियावती शक्ति से हिल रहा है, मसाले अपने आप डल रहे हैं. माई हैंड डूइंग इट इज ओनली द निमित्त कारण. So if you could just always have that thinking in the back of your mind. I'm only one of those parts samvaya. You understand?
Yes.
उस द्रव्य का खुद का भी तो समवाय लग रहे हैं ना उसमें.
हाँ. समझ गए.
Okay. That's why it's simple yet complex, because all these questions keeps coming in the mind. And you have.
It means कि कोई एक इवेंट होने में we are only one of the reason of that 5 somewhere.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Typically a limit.
Right. And then it will be so much easier to accept. तुमने बहुत मेहनत करी बच्चे को फर्स्ट आने में, उसको whatever 1600 2400 जो भी SAT का स्कोर चल रहा है उसमें, पर नहीं हो पाया. Well, you could have at the most been one of the nimit out of the 100 nimits. तो नहीं किया, नहीं हुआ, तो उसमें तुम्हारी क्या गलती है, या उस बच्चे की भी क्या गलती है? Yet बच्चे को तो उपदेश तो यही दोगे, भैया पढ़ दिन रात तू. बच्चे को ये नहीं बोलोगे कि ठीक है भैया पास होना होगा तो हो जाएगा, कोई बात नहीं पढ़. No, that won't happen. Okay.
Doesn't that make someone does that take away like I have to be responsible and accountable? Doesn't that take away that responsibility from me?
No, it doesn't.
That's the same. It's the same question that you were reading, right? तो मैं पुरुषार्थ क्यों करूं?
That's that paragraph, remember?
That whole paragraph we just read.
That paragraph will only come if you are ekantavadi. You're only thinking from the honhar point of view. अगर तुम पांचों को गौण नहीं करोगे तो that should not happen. Purusharth is one of the samvaya that has to happen.
But because there are four others as well, I cannot be fully responsible for it.
Exactly. Yes. मैंने तो मेरा पूरा पुरुषार्थ 100% दे दिया, पर अब काल नहीं आया था, तो that so be it.
Even Tara may have given her full Purusharth for everything, but it wasn't the right time, at the right place, or the right Purusharth, or anything for that to happen.
So this
and
is
we always see in life, somebody just got this big accomplishment because he happened to be at the right place at the right time. Don't we see that?
Yes.
फिर समझने में क्या दिक्कत है?
But I just feel like if I do that, I'm taking myself off the hook.
You are off the hook. You should be. You cannot make anybody do anything. Except be Gyata Drashta.
So, ma'am, you start getting that guilt that, you know what, you are just not taking those responsibilities, or you're so used to.
Okay. Again, like I said, I know these questions are always going to come in life because हम झूल रहे हैं ना, इधर से उधर से इधर, right? जो सम्यक दृष्टि है उसको तो always sukhi knows, and whenever he's in vibhav, he clearly understands I'm in vibhav and he can see the sukh and it's interesting that this next week I have to present on one of the shlok in Samaysar. That's what it talks about. कि सम्यक दृष्टि can see जितना राग का अंश नहीं है उतना सुख उसको फील होता है, और जितना राग का अंश है उतना दुख उसको फील होता है. मिथ्या दृष्टि को सारा टाइम दुख ही फील होता है, और सिद्ध भगवान को सारा टाइम सुख ही फील होता है. So once we become samyak drashti, then we can experience and identify both the sukh and the dukh. जब तक मिथ्या दृष्टि है हर चीज में दुख ही दुख है.
Prabhaji, I'll do a quick time check. We have about 15 minutes left, but we started a little bit late, so we could do at least half an hour more if everybody agrees.
Yes, but अभी क्या करेंगे यार, क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन अलग करने पड़ेंगे, नहीं तो मैं तो यार दो तीन पेज we cannot move on. ये बुक खत्म ही नहीं कर पाएंगे.
Keep going. Whoever is
But
reading,
of course, I understand that you guys are trying to I love the summaries you're doing, which tells me that yes, you are putting in the effort to understand this concept very well, and it is a very important concept. इसीलिए हम पूरी book पढ़ रहे हैं. So we thoroughly understand it. But we need to speed up. What can I say?
Can the next person start?
Yeah, and do 2-3 pages अब एक साथ पढ़ लो. मेरा गोल है भाई 2 घंटे में 10-12 पेज तो होना ही चाहिए.
For that, what page are we starting on? Does anyone recall now where?
We had finished. She had finished on page
49, page number 49.
So we start.
49.
So start with the Kintu.
No. We finished. We have to start as its andar mein Siddhanta Pandit Kailash Chandji Varanasi ke vichar. We are starting page 49.
Yeah.
Do I read?
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, Dolly ji, start reading.
Yeah, 52 तक पढ़ लो, जल्दी.
इस संदर्भ में हम सिद्धांताचार्य पंडित कैलाश चंद जी वाराणसी के विचार, जो कि उन्होंने कार्तिक या नुप्रेक्षा की उत्तर गाथाओं के भावार्थ में ही व्यक्त किए हैं, उद्धृत करना चाहते हैं. सम्यक दृष्टि यह जानता है कि प्रत्येक पर्याय का द्रव्य, क्षेत्र, काल और भाव नियत है. जिस समय, जिस क्षेत्र में जिस वस्तु की जो पर्याय होने वाली है वही होती है, उसे कोई नहीं टाल सकता. सर्वज्ञ देव सब द्रव्य, क्षेत्र, काल और भाव की अवस्थाओं को जानते हैं, किंतु उनके जान देने से प्रत्येक पर्याय का द्रव्य, क्षेत्र, काल और भाव नियत नहीं हुआ, बल्कि नियत होने से ही उन्होंने उस रूप में जाना है. जैसे सर्वज्ञ देव ने हमें बतलाया है कि प्रत्येक द्रव्य में प्रति समय पर्याय, पूर्व पर्याय नष्ट होती है और उत्तर पर्याय उत्पन्न होती है. अतः पूर्व पर्याय उत्तर पर्याय का उपादान कारण है और उत्तर पर्याय पूर्व पर्याय का कार्य है. इसलिए पूर्व पर्याय से जो चाहे उत्तर पर्याय उत्पन्न नहीं हो सकती, किंतु नियत उत्तर पर्याय ही उत्पन्न होती है. यदि ऐसा न माना जाए तो मिट्टी के पिंड के में स्थान कोष पर्याय के बिना भी घट पर्याय बन जाएगी. अतः यह मानना पड़ता है कि प्रत्येक पर्याय का द्रव्य, क्षेत्र, काल और भाव नियत है. कुछ लोग इसे नियतिवाद समझकर उसके भय से प्रत्येक पर्याय का द्रव्य क्षेत्र और भाव तो नियत मानते हैं, किंतु काल को नियत नहीं मानते। उनका कहना है कि पर्याय का द्रव्य क्षेत्र और भाव तो नियत है, किंतु काल नियत नहीं है। काल को नियत मानने से पौरुष व्यर्थ हो जाएगा, किंतु उनका उक्त कथन सिद्धांत विरुद्ध है, क्योंकि द्रव्य क्षेत्र और भाव नियत होते हुए काल अनियत नहीं हो सकता। यदि काल को अनियत माना जाएगा तो काल लब्धि कोई चीज ही नहीं रहेगी। फिर तो संसार परिभ्रमण का काल अर्धपुद्गल परावर्तन से अधिक शेष रहने पर भी सम्यक्त्व प्राप्त हो जाएगा और बिना उस काल को पूरा किए ही मुक्ति हो जाएगी। किंतु यह सब बातें आगम विरुद्ध है, अतः काल को भी मानना ही पड़ता है। रही पौरुष की व्यर्थता की आशंका, सो समय से पहले किसी काम को पूरा कर लेने से ही पौरुष की सार्थकता नहीं होती, किंतु समय पर काम का हो जाना ही पौरुष की सार्थकता का सूचक है। उदाहरण के लिए किसान योग्य समय पर गेहूं बोता है और खूब श्रम पूर्वक खेती करता है, तभी समय पर पककर गेहूं तैयार होता है। तो क्या किसान का पौरुष व्यर्थ कहलाएगा? यदि वह पौरुष न करता तो समय पर उसकी खेती पककर तैयार न होती। अतः काल की नियतता में पौरुष के व्यर्थ होने की आशंका निर्मूल है। अतः जिस समय जिस द्रव्य की जो पर्याय होनी है वह अवश्य होगी। ऐसा जानकर सम्यक दृष्टि संपत्ति में हर्ष और विपत्ति में विषाद नहीं करता और न संपत्ति की प्राप्ति तथा विपत्ति को दूर करने के लिए देवी देवताओं के आगे गिड़गिड़ाता फिरता है। उक्त कथन में कार्तिकेयानुप्रेक्षा की उक्त गाथाओं की सार्वभौमिकता पर ही बल दिया गया है और पौरुष की सार्थकता भी सिद्ध की गई है। सम्यक दृष्टि ज्ञानी जीव की प्रमुखापेक्षिता एवं दीनता इसी सार्वभौमिक सत्य के आधार पर समाप्त होती है कि एक द्रव्य दूसरे का भला बुरा नहीं कर सकता तथा जिस द्रव्य की जो पर्याय जिस काल में जिस विधान से जिस निमित्त पूर्वक जैसी होनी है उस द्रव्य की वह पर्याय उसी काल में उसी विधान से उसी निमित्त पूर्वक वैसी ही होगी। उसे इंद्र तो क्या जैनेन्द्र भी नहीं पलट सकते, तो फिर व्यंतर आदि साधारण देवी देवता की तो क्या विसात है। जरा विचार कर तो कीजिए कि कार्तिकेयानुप्रेक्षा का उक्त कथन ग्रहित मिथ्यात्व के निषेध के लिए किया गया है, उसी सार्वभौम नहीं मान लेना चाहिए। इसका क्या अर्थ हो सकता है? क्या यह बात सत्य है कि मात्र ग्रहित मिथ्यात्व को छोड़ने के लिए यों ही कह दी गई है? क्या असत्य के आश्रय से ग्रहित मिथ्यात्व छूट सकता है? क्या समय से पूर्व कोई कार्य संपन्न किया जा सकता है? क्या समय के पूर्व कार्य संपन्न में ही पुरुषार्थ है? शेष कार्य क्या बिना पुरुषार्थ के ही संपन्न हो जाते हैं? ये कुछ प्रश्न हैं जो कि उक्त सत्य को सार्वभौमिक एवं सार्वकालिक न मानने पर उत्पन्न होते हैं। फिर सर्वज्ञता का प्रश्न भी खड़ा हुआ ही है। अब रहा एक पुरुषार्थहीनता का प्रश्न। उसके संदर्भ में हमारा कहना यह है कि क्रमबद्ध पर्याय की बात सर्वत्र पुरुषार्थ को आगे रखकर ही कही गई है। जस्ट एज मैम सेड, पुरुषार्थ को आगे रखकर ही कही गई है, उसकी उपेक्षा करके नहीं। होनहार की चर्चा करते हुए भैया भगवती दास जी भी पुरुषार्थ की प्रेरणा देना नहीं भूले। उनकी दृष्टि में सच्ची होनहार अर्थात क्रमबद्ध पर्याय पुरुषार्थ नाशक नहीं अपितु पुरुषार्थ प्रेरक है। जिस पद में वे यह लिखते हैं, जो जो देखी वितराग में सो होसी वीरा रे, अनहोनी होसी नहीं क्यों ही काहे होत अधीरा रे। उसी पद में आगे चलकर पुरुषार्थ की प्रेरणा देते हुए लिखते हैं, तू संहारी पुरुष बल अपनो सुख अनंतो तीरा रे। यद्यपि कार्य की उत्पत्ति में अनेक कारण माने गए हैं जिन्हें पंच समवाय के नाम से भी अभिहित किया जाता है, तथापि उन सब में पुरुषार्थ को विशिष्ट स्थान प्राप्त है, क्योंकि प्रयत्न उसी ने संदर्भ में संभव है। भवितव्य, होनहार, काललब्धि आदि में संभव नहीं है। क्रमबद्ध पर्याय अर्थात सम्यक नियति मानने में जगत को पुरुषार्थ की अप्रासंगिकता दिखाई देती है, जबकि सम्यक नियति में अन्य कारणों की उपेक्षा न होने से इस प्रकार की कोई बात नहीं है। इसी बात को उपयुक्त कथन में स्पष्ट किया गया है। मैम, डू आई कंटिन्यू?
One more page then, yeah.
ओके। आचार्य कल्प पंडित तोडरमल जी ने मुक्ति मार्ग के संदर्भ में इस विषय को उठाकर बहुत अच्छी मीमांसा प्रस्तुत की है। उसका कुछ अंश द्रष्टव्य है, जो कि इस प्रकार है। यहाँ प्रश्न है कि मोक्ष का उपाय काल लब्धि आने पर भवित व्यानुसार बनता है, या मोह आदि के उपशम आदि होने पर बनता है, या अपने पुरुषार्थ से उद्यम करने पर बनता है। सो कहो, यदि प्रथम दोनों कारण मिलने पर बनता है तो हमें उपदेश किस लिए देते हैं, और पुरुषार्थ से बनता है तो उपदेश सब सुनते हैं। उनमें कोई उपाय कर सकता है, कोई नहीं कर सकता। सो कारण क्या? समाधान, एक कार्य होने में अनेक कारण मिलते हैं। सो मोक्ष का उपाय बनता है। वहां तो पूर्वोक्त तीनों ही कारण मिलते हैं और नहीं बनता, वही तीनों ही कारण नहीं मिलते। पूर्वोक्त तीन कारण कहे, उनमें काललब्धि व होनहार तो कोई वस्तु नहीं है। जिस काल में कार्य बनता है वही काललब्धि, और जो कार्य हुआ वही होनहार, तथा जो कर्म के उपदशमादिक है वह पुद्गल की शक्ति है, उसका आत्मा कर्ता हर्ता नहीं है, तथा पुरुषार्थ से उद्यम करते हैं। सो यह आत्मा का कार्य है, इसलिए आत्मा का पुरुषार्थ से उद्यम करने का उपदेश देते हैं। वहां यह आत्मा जिस कारण से कार्य सिद्धि अवश्य हो उस कारण रूप उद्यम करे, वहां तो अन्य कारण मिलते हैं और कार्य की भी सिद्धि होती है। वेरी नाइस। तथा जिस कारण से कार्य की सिद्धि हो अथवा नहीं भी हो उस कारण रूप उद्यम करे, वहां अन्य कारण मिले तो कार्य सिद्धि होती है, न मिले तो सिद्धि नहीं होती। जिन मत में जो मोक्ष का उपाय कहा है, इससे मोक्ष होता ही होता है। इसलिए जो जीव पुरुषार्थ से जिनेश्वर के उपदेश अनुसार मोक्ष का उपाय करता है, उसके काललब्धि व होनहार भी हुए और कर्म के उपशम आदि हुए, तो वह ऐसा उपाय करता है। इसलिए जो पुरुषार्थ से मोक्ष का उपाय करता है उसका सर्व कारण मिलते हैं और उसको अवश्य मोक्ष की प्राप्ति होती है, ऐसा निश्चय करना। मैम, आई फिनिश दिस पैराग्राफ।
Finish this paragraph.
तथा जो जीव पुरुषार्थ से मोक्ष का उपाय नहीं करता उसके काललब्धि व होनहार भी नहीं और कर्म के उपशम आदि नहीं हुए हैं, तो यह उपाय नहीं करता। इसलिए जो पुरुषार्थ से मोक्ष का उपाय नहीं करता उसको कोई कारण नहीं मिलता और उसको मोक्ष की प्राप्ति नहीं होती, ऐसा निश्चय करना।
So this last paragraph, you guys all underline it. So all your questions will be answered about why we are doing all this Swadhyay. So sorry, I'm talking in mute. Did you guys hear this to underline all this? Okay.
Yes,
Okay. So also, एक वो movies में बड़ा आता है dialogue, कोई कार्य बहुत शिद्दत से चाहो तो सारी कायनात whatever, that's basically what they're saying, कि तो मोक्ष का उपाय पुरुषार्थ से करो तो everything else will fall, बाकी समवाय will fall in place. Okay, now same thing.
If I'm not mistaken, even in dharma agam, purusharth is prioritized. I mean, that
Of course it is.
Yes.
And you will see different places, different things emphasized, but you will understand the emphasis as long as you have the proper understanding of the 5 समवाय, कि भाई मुझे complete truth पता है कि 5 समवाय होते हैं, पर अभी कार्तिकेय अनुप्रेक्षा में इस चीज की मुख्यता से कहा गया है, या इस पर्टिकुलर बुक में इस मुख्यता से कहा गया है. So then when you understand the background, you will be able to understand without saying कि even though they're emphasizing this point, the truth hasn't changed. So basically, यहाँ बता क्या रहे हैं कि पुरुषार्थ की हमेशा ही प्रायोरिटी रहनी चाहिए, because that's the only thing we can see or control. Everything else falls in place. और उसी को उपादान जगाना कहते हैं. So I remember कि I think I told you guys this incident that even though I was hearing a lot of lectures, everything since long time, but I was more focused after I read Ujjwala Ben's this one book. What was it called? Anyway, I'll tell you the name later. So usse mujhe prerna, that became nimit for me to be really into this. And then after I read this, I had not known the author at all. I mean, I didn't know who it was. And then it dawned upon me, oh my God, I wish I could meet this author. I wish I could see her. And I really wanted to know this person, right? And next year, from somewhere, I get a call. I don't know how. I stumbled upon her husband's sister living in Dallas. And I found out that these people do visit the US. And then I invited them to my house and they were with me 2 years in a row, 10 days each. So, फिर हम इंडिया में उनके शिविर में गए, camp में. So they gave this example that Prabhaji wanted so badly to meet us and then see automatically everything fell in place. I mean, I didn't even know who these people are, what they are. And suddenly I find out that they come to the US and they're able to come to my house. So you can only do the purusharth of things. And then the kal and nimit and everything else will, that his sister became the nimit for me to find out that they come. And then and the point is that it was my purusharth. मैंने उपादान अपना जगाओ तो निमित्त तो अपने आप आकाश से भी उतर के आएंगे, ऐसा कहते हैं. आकाश से उतर के आने का एग्जाम्पल इसलिए देते हैं कि महावीर भगवान में शेर की पर्याय में आकाशगामी मुनिराज आए थे उनको उपदेश देने के लिए. ऑब्वियसली ये देवर ओनली निमित्त, कार्य तो पर्याय शेर को ही करना था ना, समय दर्शन का. So that's what all these pages is about. Okay. Do you still want to continue, Hemal? Then we'll read another 3-4 pages.
No, I actually have questions. But on page 49, the last paragraph, they are talking of Ardha Pudgal Paravartan. से अधिक शेष रहने पर भी सम्यक्त्व प्राप्त हो. What is this whole discussion?
So there is this fact that once somebody experiences their soul, okay, most of the times it's 3 bhav, they reach moksha, or 15, or at the maximum, Ardha Pudgal Paravartan.
What is Ardha Pudgal Paravartan?
Pudgal Paravartan is a very hugely long time, hugely. Like, so Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav, right? These are 4 things. So you basically, you will take birth in each of the space points of this universe.
My Jeev will take birth in all the Kalanurs?
Yes. Then each of the Kal points, each of the Bhav points, exactly Prabha, looking like this, looking in this state, same exact can happen again after multi-million years. And it goes on and on. One Paravartan of Dravya is so long. Then usse double Kshetra ka, usse long Kal ka, or Bhav to like, who knows, unlimited, infinite times. That is one Pudgal Paravartan. And we have gone through Anant Pudgal Paravartans. Now what they're saying is, once you have the Atma ka Anubhav, maximum you've like limited the time that you would reach moksha. Maximum will be Ardha Pudgal Paravartan.
Even despite of that being that long.
Even though, yeah, it's hugely long that you cannot even visualize, conceptualize. But at least it's fixed now. Otherwise, it's unlimited Pudgal Paravartans, who knows?
Got it. And this Urdhva is basically 3 to 15 lives, human lives.
No. Ardha Pudgal Paravartan is still a very, very long time.
Okay.
But at least fixed. It's
Ardha means half? Ardha means half?
Half of that Pudgal
Paravartan. Then I have another question. Half of, so why does it say that the time of Pudgal Paravartan is not over, but Samyaktva will happen early? So they are saying Ukta Kathan Siddhant Viruddha hai, because all these Kal Aniyat, because they are saying something related to Kal Aniyat kar diya, to Adha Pudgal Paraval के पहले ही वो सम्यक्त्व प्राप्त हो जाएगा. What is this?
What they're saying is कि देखो,
हाँ, वो पैराग्राफ का समरी दे दो ना, खाली उतना ही चाहिए. पैराग्राफ का
So what they're saying is कि क्योंकि देखो, what they're saying is कि काल को अनियत माना जाएगा कि भाई, it's like I gave you the example of कि टाइम से पहले किसी की डेथ हो गई, बट टाइम से पहले नहीं होती है, वो एक्चुअली नियत टाइम ही होता है, फिक्स टाइम ही होता है. सो व्हाट दे आर सेइंग, यदि काल को अनियत माना जाएगा तो काम अनियत नहीं होता है, तो काल लब्धि कोई चीज ही नहीं रहेगी, राइट? फिर तो संसार परिभ्रमण का काल अर्ध पुद्गल परावर्तन से अधिक शेष रहने पर भी सम्यक तो प्राप्त हो जाएगा और बिना उस काल को पूरा किए ही मुक्ति हो जाएगी. किंतु यह सब बातें आगम विरुद्ध हैं, अतः काल को भी मानना ही पड़ेगा कि दिस टाइम, व्हाट आई जस्ट सेड, देयर इज अ फैक्ट कि वंस आत्मानुभव हैपेंस, then the maximum you will stay in this sansar before you get mukta is going to be ardhapudgal paravartan. But if you don't believe in this kallabdhi, then all those facts become agam viruddh.
Why they become agam viruddh? That's my question.
Because देखो, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय सर्वज्ञता, सर्वज्ञ भगवान ने ये बताया है कि सम्यक दर्शन के बाद मैक्सिमम अर्धपुद्गल परावर्तन में मोक्ष हो जाता है.
But it also is this, if you're not accepting it, that means you're not accepting the religion in totality, right? So how can you be a
You're not accepting the principle of Kal Labdhi.
Correct. So then you can't be a Samyak Drashti.
No. My question is, how can, if time becomes aniyat, then how does that mean that I'm not accepting Kal Labdhi?
So basically what they're saying is कि द्रव्य होते हुए भी काल अनियत नहीं हो सकता. That means काल is fixed. When it will happen is fixed, right? So what they're saying is कि that means अगर केवली ने बताया है कि अर्धपुद्गल परावर्तन में सम्यक दृष्टि को मोक्ष हो जाएगा. But if you don't
because
believe
Kal
that,
is aniyat, then you don't have to wait for APP to happen.
Right.
It would happen. It can happen sooner. It can happen later. In which case, we are saying Sarvagnya ki baat mante nahi hai. Got it. Next thing that I didn't get is this Ukta Katan mein Kartik Anupreksha ki Ukta Gataon ki सार्वभौमिकता पर ही बल दिया गया है और पौरुष की सार्थकता भी सिद्ध की गई है. How does it become पौरुष की सिद्धता?
मतलब effort की सार्थकता, need of effort.
Where are you reading?
Value of effort.
It's page
Kartik
50.
Anupreksha is a granth, it's a book. Okay. हाँ, उसमें सार्वभौमिकता, that it applies everywhere. They have emphasized that this paragraph above applies everywhere and the effort is fruitful. They have proved that.
Effort is needed. They have proved that.
Needed, right? And fruitful, yes. So जिस समय जिस तरह होनी होगी ऐसा जानकर सब. So what they're saying is कि ऊपर का जो पैराग्राफ है कि if you firmly believe कि जिस समय जो होना है, all those 5 समवाय thing, then जो सम्यक दृष्टि होगा, जो इसको बिलीव करेगा, वो संपत्ति में और विपत्ति में विषाद नहीं करेगा. So if I get a lot of wealth, I'm okay. If everything goes away, I'm okay. ऐसा ही होना था. और न संपत्ति की प्राप्ति तथा विपत्ति को दूर करने के लिए देवी देवताओं के आगे गिड़गिड़ाएगा, क्योंकि जो होना है वही होगा, तो मैं क्यों गिड़गिड़ाऊं? So you understand?
Yes. So पौरुष की सिद्धता
सार्थकता.
how are they proving that point
So
that
they are
पौरुष is needed?
proving कि तुम अपना पुरुषार्थ करोगे, क्योंकि काल और वो सब तो तुम्हारे हाथ में है नहीं. कोई चीज को
नहीं
तुम
है.
फ्यूचर में होने वाली उसको जल्दी खींच के नहीं ला सकते.
नहीं.
निमित्त तो तुम नहीं ला सकते. ट्राई
नहीं
कर
ला
सकते हो.
हाँ.
निमित्त तो कब अप्लाई करता है? अगर कार्य हुआ,
कार्य हो गया तभी.
तभी.
Yes.
राइट.
हाँ,
अच्छा,
हाँ.
काल नहीं ला सकते, निमित्त नहीं ला सकते.
हाँ.
अब है, वो होगा ही, एग्जिस्ट करेगा ही फॉर एनी थिंग टू हैपन. ओके, अब बचा क्या? होनहार और पुरुषार्थ. व्हाट इज इन योर हैंड?
Only पुरुषार्थ.
राइट. So that's what
So that's how they are proving that Purusharth is needed. Oh, I understood now. How it's a circular argument, but I understood.
Okay.
Okay. Then the last thing that I don't get, I don't know if I'm thinking she did read this. जरा विचार तो कीजिए. Last paragraph of page 50. जरा विचार तो कीजिए.
So what they're saying is, अच्छा, अब वो क्या कहते हैं कि इस बुक में उक्त कथन, means the one above, ग्रहित मिथ्यात्व के निषेध के लिए किया गया है. उससे सार्वभौमिक नहीं मान लेना चाहिए. देखो कि they are trying to not get you deluded कि वो देवी देवता की पूजा करने से हो जाएगा. Now it may happen. उसको सार्वभौम नहीं मान लेना चाहिए. एवर नहीं मान लेना चाहिए. क्यों? क्योंकि देखो, वो तो आपको शिक्षा दी जाती है कि डोंट डू दिस बिकॉज डोंट बिलीव कि ये देवी देवता के करने से हो गया.
हाँ,
Yet,
ऐसा बोलते हैं.
राइट, येट तुमने देवी देवता की पूजा भी की और काम भी हो गया.
हाँ.
तो हो सकता है 1 of the 1000 निमित्त वो देवी देवता थे, बिकॉज दैट हैपेंड, सो यू हैव टू कॉल इट अ निमित्त.
Yeah.
यू अंडरस्टैंड?
Yeah.
बट ग्रंथ में क्या बोलेंगे? दे वांट टू गेट यू अवे फ्रॉम द ग्रहित मिथ्यात्व. They are going to tell you to not do that.
But Prabhaji, in Moksmarg Prakashak, we had read, no, that sometimes Devi Devta, the chapter we had done, Devi Devta might help sometimes.
But only if that is destined. So then the point to say कि उन्होंने किया हो ही नहीं सकता ना.
It's back to the same point. It's just
Back to the same point.
they're just
So then why bother?
trying to.
Why are they calling it Grahit Mithyatva?
Because you are newly learning. सत्यनारायण की कथा कर लो तो तुमको बेटा पैदा हो जाएगा. हो भी जाएगा, नहीं भी होगा. सत्यनारायण की कथा तो लाखों करोड़ों लोग कर रहे हैं. सबके हो गए बेटे, नहीं हुए.
मगर जैनिज्म में ये सब नहीं है.
इसीलिए नहीं है कि कोई, हम तो वस्तु स्वतंत्रता में बिलीव करते हैं. No one can do anything for other. So then where does this come? कि कोई देवी देवता को पूजा कर लो और वो तुम्हारा.
So when they are saying ग्रहित मिथ्यात्व का निषेध के लिए किया गया है, it is meaning ग्रहित मिथ्यात्व related to non-Jain stuff.
Or
anything.
Even to ourselves, because back to her point, in Moksmarg Prakash, right, we talked about the Dev Deviya, right? And
मुझे बिजनेस करने के लिए मैं उस पर्सन की पूजा कर लूं, बिल गेट्स की पूजा कर लूं, because I want lot of money. अरे भाई, मनी तो तेरी डेस्टिनी में होगा तो आ जाएगा, बिल गेट्स की पूजा करने से नहीं आएगा.
अच्छा.
So they're saying that don't dwell yourself into this मिथ्या मान्यता कि कोई और मेरा कुछ कर देगा.
अच्छा. हाँ, इसीलिए पुरुषार्थ अपना होना चाहिए.
Right, then otherwise you're focusing your पुरुषार्थ in the wrong direction.
Wrong direction. Got it.
तो आश्रय अपनी आत्मा का लो. Don't start taking आश्रय of Bill Gates and Satyanarayan and whatever else. Because they are not capable of doing
our role model. Keep Bhagwan our role model.
Yes.
Don't make role model for all these other people.
और भगवान भी क्यों? भगवान ने हमें बताया कि हम खुद अपने करता है.
हाँ.
भगवान भी हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं कर सकते, ये बताया है हमारे भगवान ने. और वही हमें उन्होंने ऐसा किया, इसलिए वो हमारे रोल मॉडल है. और हम भी वही करके मोक्ष पहुंच सकते हैं. उन्होंने हमको ये नहीं बताया कि तुम तो मेरे शिष्य बन जाओ, मैं तुम्हारा सब काम कर दूंगा. नो, He said, I'm not capable of doing anything for you.
Got it. I am good till whatever Dolly ji read. If we want to do an additional page, I'm open.
A lot of people have dropped out based on the time, and we've already crossed 15 minutes, right?
Yes.
Right. We exactly at the 15-minute mark.
So should we stop here?
Yeah,
Yes.
So we finished page 51, right?
No, we have done till page 53.
53 का first paragraph.
First paragraph ho gaya.
Yeah.
Ma'am, last doubt.
Huh? Bolo, question.
Page number 49, third last paragraph. I'll just read out. जैसे सर्वज्ञ देव ने हमें बतलाया है कि प्रत्येक द्रव्य में प्रति समय पूर्व पर्याय नष्ट होती है और उत्तर पर्याय उत्पन्न होती है, अतः पूर्व पर्याय उत्तर पर्याय का उपादान कारण है और उत्तर पर्याय पूर्व पर्याय का कार्य है. आई एम नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट.
ओके, कार्य का यहाँ पर मीनिंग लेना है पर्याय. देखो, बेसिकली व्हाट दे आर सेइंग इज, लेट्स से सम्यक दर्शन इस टाइम में हुआ. नाउ द पर्याय ऑफ मी जस्ट बिफोर दैट is said to be the reason for the next paryay, because it was not going to happen, right? It's like you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 cannot come before 2. Right. Has to come after. So it is said to be the 2 can be said to be the reason for 3 to come. That's all they're trying to explain. कि तुम ladder चढ़ रहे हो. So ladder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To get to 3, you have to cross 2. So crossing 2 becomes the reason for getting on to 3.
So that's why they say it exists in 3.
Okay,
but that doesn't mean it is actually the reason for it. The 3 was destined to come regardless. But because it happens in that order, the 2 is going to be said to be the nimitta karan for 3 to come.
Yeah.
Got it? You still look confused, Hemal.
No, I'm understood. I'm good.
Okay, good. Okay.
Ma'am, here the example.
Is Priyaji still here? I just want to check. Oh, Priyaji dropped because she has to summarize next time. I wanted to announce.
Message kar dena. I think she's gone.
Let's complete the thing and ask questions now.
तो मिट्टी के पिंड में स्थान कोष पर्याय के बिना भी घट पर्याय बन जाएगी. Without mitti, okay, so that's not possible. Got it, ma'am.
So what they're saying, same thing is कि अभी तुम सोचो घड़ा बनना है. अब घड़े के पहले मिट्टी तो होगी ना, तब घड़ा बनेगा. So घड़ा is the पूर्व पर्याय of मिट्टी, and that's the reason for घड़ा to happen.
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll end here. Now somebody wrote in the comment that they had to drop, but they will hear the rest of the recording, and I want everybody who drops early to do that, because in our class we will have to do extra classes at the speed we are going. Like, when will we finish this book? My God, it's like 120 pages. Oh boy. But yet I want you guys to understand this concept very well. So what can I say? Because the problem is, if I tell you guys to read at home and come up with the questions, there are going to be very few people who will do it. So, plus, if we have the whole thing on recordings, at least people can go back to them and understand it. What do you guys say?
Definitely, a tough concept. We need to understand.
Sure. Okay. So we'll figure out a way to do this. Okay. सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप. सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप. सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है. इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है. वंदना शत बार. जय जिनेन्द्र.